post more. I know. I know. I feel like I've just been bedrotting. Like that's been necessary. And also Dane was sick, which is sad. He's adorable when he's sick, and I want to do anything for him. So I literally was gone, bitch, gone as hell. But I'm hella grateful that I have some good news to share, bitch. Cause honestly, it feels crazy to apply for this many jobs and not get called back or not get hit back. Like it feels crazy. But there's a part of me that feels like I just feel like my last job firing me the way that they did, and like even though I know I said I walked out, I feel like a walkout is not what really happened. I feel like I had no choice but to walk out. I feel like the white woman was aggressing me, and I felt like the only thing I could do was leave because it felt like she was beyond communication. Like she was talking at some point in our meeting, but started yelling, being really irate. I was crying, and then I'm crying, and I'm like being banished, like she's putting me in closets. So in my mind, what up, Miss Tam? I'm like, I really didn't. I'm like randomly bringing up like the last job that I had, and so if you didn't hear about how like the hospital ended or whatever, I'm basically just saying that like I kept the hospital on my resume just to see if it would help me, and it really didn't, which sucks because like it was at first, but now I'm pretty sure like even though I changed like who to call and stuff, like I feel like it still counts against me because I feel like they're definitely going deeper and being like, hey, tell us more. And again, I don't think that working in hospitality about to work for me anymore just because a lot of motherfuckers are not hospitable. So, and I feel like I haven't had too many crazy situations at a hotel job or a hostel job, but at this point, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I feel like the job that I applied for is at a dispensary. And I know people have been telling me to work at a dispensary for a while, and I've been trying to work at one, but like not in the front. And like they're hitting me up for a front position, which is exciting. But at the same time, I'm just like overwhelmed because this is one of those dispensaries that's like for real. Like they're not just bagging shit up and like you know what I mean? Like some dispensaries, they're just bagging shit up. This one, like they are growing, like it's really in depth. It's so beautiful in there. And I just feel like if I get this fucking job, like shit's gonna go so much better for me because mainly here's the thing. I feel like as a weed smoker, and some people will get it, some won't, but I feel like there's two different types of weed smokers. There's people that will spend money to get exactly what they want, and there's people that are like, I'm just trying to be a high bitch, like I'm not that, it's not that deep for me. And so I feel like that dispensary is for like the people where it's like it's deep, and like they want more information, and like they're very invested in like what they're buying, and like the clientele has more money. Like no tea, no shade, they don't sell anything under like fucking $50 there. Like it's very expensive. And so there's a part of me that's excited, there's a part of me that's like, ugh, the bougie clientele. You know what I mean? Because again, I feel like right now I'm really blessed. I feel like all my clients for the most part are really nice and really down to earth. But I feel like, there's all types of people, bitch. There's all types of fucking people. And so I'm not trying to do too much. I'm just saying like I'm gonna be around the whites, bitch. Like for real. Like old white bitches. Like it's very much like white lady weed, honestly. Like old white lady weed. Like the white ladies that are like they don't drink wine. Like they have a fucking like pre-roll in like a tin that's like monogrammed. Like they have a pipe that it has like like has like a dugout, and like they grind their weed maybe once a week and just dip their thing in, and you know what I mean? It's very much like weed accessory girls, like the girlies that got the weed tray and the accessories, very much that. Thank you. I stole it from Dane. Thank you. I love having a boyfriend. You have more shirts. Thank you. I appreciate. I mean, I'm hoping it works out for me, but I just wanted to share my joy here because it's baby, they're not calling back. These jobs are not calling back. I I was surprised. Also, bitch, I promise you, like I'm not trying to be really goofy, but like I kind of can't help it. Let's be real at this point. I obviously am a little bit of a goofy bitch, but Natalie, you're so sweet. I'm crying. Hey, bitch. I hope you're doing well. It's been a minute. So look, so when they called me, I was high as hell. I'm gonna be real. And so I had told Dane, like, I really feel like I have to create a persona out here, like just to protect myself. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't think it all the way through, but when I answered the phone for the interview call with the person I'm gonna see tomorrow at the interview with a British accent. Now hear me out. Hear me out. Here's my plan. I have an elaborate backstory. I have like a British nanny. Listen, I just feel like people treat me better when I talk like this. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. People just love the charm of a Brit. I'm not sure why, but I'll tell you right now, I was on the phone with that man and he loved it. He loved it. I feel like it's getting Irish. I feel like it's getting Irish. Who fucking knows? I don't know. I was just having fun. But this man was really invested in the conversation. He's like, I look forward to seeing you at 1:30. I'm like, all right. So I'll have to do some researching tonight. I feel like I'm giving Hertfordshire. I'm really hoping he doesn't have any British family or connection. I'm praying that he's not an English file. I'm just praying that he's ignorant to anything English or British. I'm praying for that actually. I'm also praying that no one British ever comes into work when I have to work with this man. Like I pray. I fucking pray. Because my desire is I'm going to just say like I've been in America so long, like sometimes my plan is to be like, you want to see a trick and be like, I'm American. And then like at moments drop my accent back and forth and be like, it's kind of like a Spanglish or something. I don't know. Like, listen, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of it. It might be funny at some point. You know how white people are. White people be laughing at all types of stuff. I'm hoping that he thinks it's hilarious. I'm hoping that he's like, haha, like it's a dispensary. Like I was high. I feel like that's a good thing to say. You know? Yeah, like I'm kind of worried, Quan. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a little bit worried, but here's my plan. I feel like I'm gonna go in with the accent. I'm gonna have a good time. Right, Yorkshire. Miss Tam, Miss Tam, Miss Tam. Please reach out, because I owe you. I owe you because I didn't even think about that. Yes, like sometimes, depending, I've been in America on and off. You know what I mean? I've been back and forth, but but yeah, again, I just feel like people are so much nicer to me when I pretend to be British. It's really fucked up. But like in New Orleans, every now and then, I'd be like, yes, hello, absolutely, indeed. Oh, hmm, no, no. No. Again, again, I'm speaking from experience. People are just nicer to British people. It's really fucked up. Like it's really crazy. Like you'll really think that you did something. Bitches be like, bitch, I don't know what it is. But again, I feel like why would they not hire me? Think about it like that. People like British people for the most part. I feel like we don't really have conflict right now. Actually, I feel like let's be real. A lot of us are avoiding the news, so I'm not gonna do that to you. I swear. It's the way I went horse blinders when I was getting up over here because I was like, yeah, I don't stop telling me stuff about what they doing. I know they bugging. I know. Please. One day, bitch. Like they need to just have one day a week where the news is just like bunnies, cats wearing cute outfits, like very intense like influencers telling you about how you're not drinking enough water and like all the things that got water in it that you got in your house already. You know what I mean? Just some real informative stuff. And then maybe just like a goofy one where a bitch is like, you know that rotted tomato in your fridge? Throw it out. You know what I mean? Just some reminders. What up, Nima? Hey, Chrissy. Again, I really don't know how this job interview is gonna do, but I feel like I'm gonna go in British. I'm gonna watch some British stuff tonight. I'm gonna do a little bit of research and I'm gonna figure it out. Now, I feel like I need to have a backstory. I can't say I went to Hogwarts. I can't do it. I want to. I want to. Um, it can't work. I feel like I have to really find some British school to have gone to. I really gotta get my dates correct. I feel like the worst part about this is they're gonna see my birth certificate. But again, I'm going to say that I was born here, and that's how I got an American accent. Not Puxatawny Phil, bitch. You got me screaming. Listen, I don't know. I also like there's a part of me I don't want to take my braids out, but there's a little bit of me that kind of wants to take my braids out. But I hate this for me. I hate when you get a job interview and you're like, I gotta dress up and look like a bitch that you want to hire. Like I hate that part of this shit. Because who knows? And I feel like I don't go to this dispensary, so they already know I'm not a regular. Like, it's a lot. But we gonna see, bitch. We gonna see. We gonna see. I'ma just, and again, I have not gotten a call back for a job in a couple weeks, so it feels goofy to have done this slightly, but I'm really hoping he has a sense of humor. Um, but yeah, I feel like I'm gonna just do it till I can't no more. I feel like that's my plan, and then if he feel tricked, I'm gonna hold space for that reality. I'm going to hold space. Um, but yeah, but I know there's two people getting interviewed after me, so I'm hoping I do well, and once I get the job, I can do the reveal. Quan, baby, it's the way, sweetie. Like I got hit up today. I think I got a new client, bitch. I'm hella excited. Mainly because, bitch, honestly, like the plant medicine shit has been wild. Like I feel like in a recession, in a time of war, people is doing drugs, but I feel like the cocaine girls are eating. No shade, no shade. I just feel like weed is not hitting the girls like it used to. And if it is hitting the girls, they're taking a break, which I appreciate. I feel like people that are trying to take a break from weed, renegotiate their relationship, like it makes sense. Like it do. But again, it's the way that like in a crisis, folks will really make no amendments. What up, TC? Thank you, Nima. What up, Aqua? But yeah, like I was saying though, I feel like I really don't want to work a job. Like if I'm being super candid, I like what I've been doing. I like trip sitting for people. I like cultivating plant medicine. That has been fun as hell. I feel like if I could maybe get more consistent with advertising and also like getting my menus up on time, I probably could do a little bit better out here. But I feel like at the same time, I feel like I definitely need support. I like that. Actually, you know what? I just remember something's shifting like the next week. So it's a job at a dispensary, and I mean, I feel like I know my shit. I feel like I basically run a fucking dispensary, so I'm not worried about like being able to do the job. I think for me, I don't want to work a morning shift. That's my only thing. Give me an evening, give me an afternoon. I'm not gonna be there in the morning trying to like sell old ladies weed. I'd rather not. I want to catch the soccer mom who's like, tell me what y'all got this week. Like I want the girl that's like running in at the end. I don't want I woke up mad early to buy this weed. Oh my god, no. No shade, no shade, no shade, no shade, no shade, no shade. No shade. It is. And again, like I really don't want to do it, but I need money bad, like bad, bad. So with that being said, I feel like I'm just gonna keep on talking about my joy, getting my new client, like having that consultation. It was really cute. I like didn't even know you could set up like a fucking consultation on my Instagram, but she did it, and I was like, "Whoa, that's cool." And she was giving me a lot of information. Like one thing she said to me was that she didn't know what strain of mushroom she ever took, and I was like, "Damn." Because like when you don't know what you're taking, like you can get a lot of great experiences, but it's kind of like, damn, like we gotta figure out, what it is that you're looking for. And so we had a really good conversation, and I'm really excited to work with her because I feel like she was the first like client that I was like, what are you already paying? because the way she was coming at me, it was giving, bitch, I'm already in this. And I'm like, okay, well, what are you paying? Because it's like, whatever the fuck you're paying, I'm gonna try to do you better than that. And on top of that, I'm gonna try to give you some more information because that's my thought process. Like, I don't want to take the business from the dude that's doing you right. I want the business from the motherfuckers that don't know what the fuck they're giving you. I want the business from the people that really care about what they're taking. Because as someone who used to just buy 3 5s, buy a 7G, whatever, I never knew what kind of vibe I was about to get with the weed, and that sucks. And so I feel the same way about mushrooms. And plus, mushrooms is so much more intense and intentional that, like, if you get a strain that you don't like, it would be helpful to know what the fuck that was. And so I think about that too. She also told me she never got like deep introspection from the mushroom, which made me sad because there are mushroom strains being bred just for like visuals and nothing else. And so I want to be candid that like that's why I tell y'all about indigenous strains, because just like with weed, like when people were discovering plant medicine on this earth, they realized that they could splice them, that they could, make a plant seed and then splice those seeds together, use grafts, create all different types of hybrids. And here's the thing, they're not making the weed more helpful. Like a lot of times what they're doing is they're marrying two strains with high THC content so that they can get the highest. And I want to say one of the highest THC content strains is like at 32 point something, which is really up there. I feel like I've seen 30 before, maybe 31, but I just found out they're at 32.7. And so I'm like, damn, like they're really breeding a lot of these strains just to get you high as fuck and have you like laid the fuck out. And like, don't get me wrong, some people want to be stoned, stony baloney. Like some people really want that. But I want to work with people who are like, yeah, I can't be high all day, like eating snacks and sitting on the couch. Like, I literally need to leave my house. Like, I want the folks that know, like, I need a strain for the morning and the night. I need a strain for going to work. I need a strain for focus. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out how to do more of, is figure out, like, what strains could be helpful and then build, like, a profile based on, like, what it is that you're already liking and taking into account what you say you don't like. Because a lot of my customers, I am grateful that they tell me like, yo, this strain sucked, or I didn't like the flavor of this one. Like I prefer this or that, because these are things that are going to only make the next experience better. And so my mindset is very much like personal shopper, boutique sale vibe. Like I want you to feel like you're at the counter of like a high-end store where you're like able to say like, hey, I'm looking for something that's fruity with low CBD, high THC, maybe CBG. Like I want to educate my clients so that like when we're working together, they can like move on from me and do what they want to do for real. Cause again, some of my clients are like, bitch, I want seeds. Like I want grow bags. Like I don't want to buy anything from you. I want to grow myself. I love that because again, who knows? In the future, you may say, hey, I harvested whatever I harvested. Do you want to test it? Maybe I'll buy some from you. Like that's my thought process at this point. Is like I'm not looking to be the only girly in the game. I wish I had folks to talk to be like, hey, what do you think about this crop? Like, hey, can I send you a sample of this? Like, I would love for that to be a thing. And like, I'm talking to someone right now that makes mushroom candy bars, which is really exciting because I've just started getting back into it. And like, I'm trying to get creative. Like, I really want to try to like make one that's like full of something really tasty. Like, I really want to get creative. But again, I need people that are willing to be testers, meaning like people that know mushrooms, that can give me some pointers. And again, I know that's going to take time. It's going to take building trust, community, all of those things. But I'm just feeling like that consultation today really like scratched my brain in the right way because I was like, this is what I want. I want people that like don't fucking know what the fuck is going on, but they need more information and are willing to take it and run with it and go further. And so, like I said, like I'm actually about to start a grow for mushrooms. Like I want to show the process. I'm trying to like figure out how to do that. It will not be on this channel. That will not be on this channel. It will be on another channel where like I wear a mask or some shit. Like honestly, like no games. Like we're in a climate where I don't want to say I'm scared about what I do for work, but I'm just scared of this government and how they're operating. But at the same time, I think about how I think about how like the biggest danger to me is white people. You feel me? And I feel like most of them don't even shop with me because they already know that I give black folk better deals. Like I feel like once I said that, like a lot of them were like, "Fuck you, girl," and it's like that's fine. Like just like when you go hit up that white person, they're gonna give you a better deal than me. Like let's keep it a buzz. Like your Uncle Johnny not gonna give me the deal he giving your friend Susie. Like he's not, and that's that on that. Like I feel like it's the way that like I said last time. Like every time you go to the job, how is it all these white people got hired? Were they the best? Or were they the most white? Like, I feel like at this point it's very obvious. Like they're hiring white people on purpose. They're hiring tokens on purpose. Like it's very clear. Like I pay attention now when I go out to stores and see like who they're hiring. And there's this one store I don't want to shop with anymore. Like I actually feel like I did my last business there. I usually just go there to steal because honestly, like there it's this kind of store where like they donate a lot of containers because like it's a store where you can go and fill up stuff. Like if you're low on soap, you're low on flour, you're low on sugar, you can go fill up your container. You don't have to buy a whole new container, a whole new stuff. And so I like the store, but the man is racist, very racist. And so I'm like, really? Like the only thing I bought from him, and I got this container for free, but these rose petals, bitch. Honestly, here's the thing. I love smoking rose petals, but if you can get the bud, if you can get them on the bud, and the tea you can make from this, oh my god, rose lemonade, sweetie. If you've never had a rose lemonade, please, some dried roses and some motherfucking lemon, you'll be just fine. Yeah, no, fuck working in the office. Yes, makeup counter, scent counter, right? Like, you know, you're like, you know. And see, Quan, that's the thing. A lot of people don't know about mushrooms. They don't know about weed. They think that they know because they see people do it so much recreationally. But there's layers to this. Like at this point, there's weed that has no THC in it. Like you can smoke weed that literally just has CBD, which is going to regulate your nervous system. It's not going to give you the psychoactive effects. Like there are people out there who really don't want to be high as fuck. They just want to get through their day. And so there's strains that are bred to be completely 50-50. Like they work in the body and they work in the mind. And so doing the research has been for my own personal gain. Like I have literally smoked so much weed that like knowing what I'm smoking has been helpful. It's how I learned that I don't really like sativa. No God, bitch. I have such bad anxiety. Like I am distressed a lot. I need a good indica to calm, but I needed to have a little sativa kick. And so I cannot do sativa hybrids usually. Very rare. If I do them, I have to mix them with an indica. Some people don't realize that like it's not the strain only, it's the terpene profile. Like this weed might smell mad good to you, but when you smoke it, it's causing you anxiety because the THC level is way too high. You might need something a little bit more 50-50, a little bit more hybrid. And again, hearing about stuff like this, most of these plugs are not doing this because it will fuck up their money. They gotta sell the bag they bought. They don't have multiple bags, and I'm not mad at them. As someone that has the ability to go somewhere and shop with people who grow directly, like I feel like the dispensary versus the grower, it's neck and neck at this point. Like the dispensary can cut me a crazy deal right then and there. So can the grower. And so we're in a very different timeline where like you can actually get weed information and mushroom information from people who actually create it, which is really nice. But it can also be again very dangerous to be talking about it too much because again, it is still seen as illegal depending on where you are. Where I live, it's legal for me to do mushrooms. I can literally sit on my porch and eat a mushroom and nobody can do shit. But let me leave the motherfucking city. Now I could be caught up, which is really ridiculous, but it's also about anti-blackness. Serious, I'm crying. The party drugs are back. No, you're not wrong. The party drugs are back. Like cocaine, the rise of cocaine, very fascinating. And as I said, I tried cocaine 2 different times. The first time I was tricked. I was tricked the first time. Slash, I was with a bitch at a bus stop trying to just, go along with my friend. My friend said, because she hit the blunt. I was like, well, I guess I'll hit it after my friend. It was cocaine in there, girl. I'm not going to go all the way into it. I feel like I told that story so many fucking times, but I'm telling you, the first time I did cocaine, I did not choose to. It happened to me. And I had to ride a bus, bitch, on cocaine. I'm telling you, like, things don't make any sense sometimes. But anyways, and that was in Colorado, bitch. So I was extra fucking irked because I'm like, bitch, I'm in the dark in a little ass bus going to the fucking burbs tweaking. This is not good. But anyways, the second time I was with my girlfriend and her mama was like, everybody doing cocaine for Christmas. I don't care what y'all say. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that was another time I was tricked because I just thought it was gonna be Christmas celebration. If someone had told me we doing coke with mama, if someone said like Big Mama said we doing cocaine, I probably would have thought twice. Like I would still go for the plate of food, duh. But like, bitch, I would have been like, oh, y'all doing cocaine now? Oh, okay, the ritual's starting, and I would have went to the fucking living room. But no, they caught me off guard, bitch. I was eating it. I was all up in my plate. Someone had made some good ass potato salad, bitch. And so I was all of a sudden everybody talking about something we doing cocaine. I'm like, oh, okay. And so I did cocaine. I waited my turn, did the cocaine. And I feel like the mama just wanted to do cocaine to cuss people out. Like between me and you, I feel like she had some things to say. But she was like, I'm going to power up on cocaine and then release the fireball on all of y'all. And it was kind of crazy because again, my birthday's the day after Christmas. So I'm just sitting in the house like, and we're in like a mansion. Like that's what's even crazy. Like we're in like a nice house, bitch, on Christmas. On cocaine. Like I didn't choose it. I never bought the boonk, but the boonk was brought to me. That's all I'm gonna say. It was the mama. I'm crying. I'm crying. The listen, Colorado whites do love cocaine. Not as being laced. I'm crying. Hear me out. I feel like between me and you, and this is just me, you don't have to hear what I'm saying. You don't even have to believe me. But I personally believe that there's a desire to get people like I feel like just as we're seeing like the conservative push, I'm not saying there's no fentanyl. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to offer is I believe the fentanyl is being controlled. I believe the fentanyl is being controlled in certain neighborhoods and populations. And I also believe that like the fentanyl being pushed in certain places and being talked about in certain places is to discourage people from doing drugs, which I'm holding space for because don't get me wrong, like as someone who is definitely addicted to smoking, I would definitely never tell anybody that they should start smoking. Like I had a girl reach out to me recently, and she was talking about how she wanted to do weed, but she don't want to smoke because she just got braces. And I was like, sweetie, I'm like, you should be doing RSO, you should be doing gummies. Like if you're getting mouth work done, don't smoke. Like definitely go for a gummy, go for an edible, go for a topical. You don't want to smoke anything if you're putting a lot of money into your teeth, your mouth, because it will always end up bad. Like it just is what it is. Like smoking does dry out your mouth, which, babe, will you bring me some water? Thank you. But yeah, with that being said, like you want to keep water on you. I mean, I feel like when people do cocaine, they want to do it with other people. Like, I feel like that's the thing about cocaine. Like, it's very much like a group drug. And I feel like weed is as well. Like, I feel like it's rare that people, I mean, I feel like weed now because of COVID, I feel like you cannot hit everybody weed. Like, I don't. Like, bitch, I ask people if they want me to roll them something. Like, I ask. I'm like, you want me to roll you something? Because I will. Because I'm not sharing my shit. I'm not trying to be rude, though. Like I usually have a little something extra, but I'm definitely not about to just like smoke behind you, stranger. No, thank you. But you know, back in the day, not 30 with braces, smoking. I'm crying. Listen, hear me out. Hear me out. There are people out here getting their braces, getting their Invisalign, and I'm happy for them. But yeah, I would not suggest like you start smoking if you already don't smoke. And again, if you do smoke, like there's nothing wrong with that. But I will say this, as a bitch who's frequently dehydrated and like needs to get it together, liquid IV, I just got some for myself. Also oil pulling. I shared this before, but I put some RSO, some cloves, and some coconut oil and let it like sit on the stove in some boiling water just for a moment. And I mixed it up a bit. And then, ooh, I made, if you go in the freezer, I made a bunch of like fruit ice cubes. But you remember when I made like the mango syrup? I made some mango ones for you. And I made some raspberry ones, and I made the strawberry ones. Put a strawberry one in there. Look at them; they're so beautiful. You refuse to be 30 or yeah, word. Again, all I'm trying to offer is if you don't smoke, don't start. And if you are already smoking, definitely make sure you do oil pulling as much as possible. Again, just from a bitch that has been trying to avoid going to the dentist too much, and I've been knock on fucking wood, bitch. I've only had one extraction and one crown, which I really hate because I just feel like I wish I would have just gotten an extraction. I feel like in the future, if anybody out there gets like a crown on a cavity or gets like their cavity capped, it's not worth it. Just look into teeth shit. It's not worth it. Just let them pull it, baby. Trust me. Let them pull it. Word. Listen, the American spirits, those menthol ones are so tasty. Like I really like tobacco. It tastes so good to me. But I also like rose petals. And why does white lady laugh at me at the store? She's like, "What do you use these for?" I was like, "I smoke them." She was like, "Ha." She over here laughing. I'm like, "Bitch, bitch, I'm telling you, it's wild. It's wild out here." I'm really trying to keep it together, but I just feel like I've had the most bizarre interactions with people recently. Like, especially my fellow mixed folk. Like, I don't know what's in the water, but ever since Sinners came out, the one drop rule and white passing is being dredged up again. And it's so fucking awkward. Like, it's so fucking awkward. Like just the amount of mixed people saying that they're mixed and then being like, I'm not mixed. And I'm like, but you just said that you're mixed. Like you just and they're like, yeah, they're like, but I'm a realist. I'm not mixed. And I'm like, okay, but you are because you said you were mixed. Like, why are you gaslighting people? Like, what is the point of this? And then and the way that some of us mixed people try to talk to people like really tough, and it's like, what is the point of this? Like, why are you getting angry? I'm crying. This white person gonna tell me not to use the word narc when I'm refusing when I'm talking about white supremacy. Like this white person made a post being like, "Oh, white supremacy isn't narcissism, blah blah blah." And in my mind, I'm like, "Bitch, whiteness create." Like I personally believe narcissism created whiteness. So if you want to be real, I feel like it's definitely not narcissism because narcissism had to create it. Like it had to be created from somewhere, right? And people be so confused. But it's like when you really work backwards, it's like, why would anybody say no, no, no? Those are the raspberries. I'm sorry. The strawberry ones are the long ones, and they have strawberries on them. I'm being really dramatic, but trust me, They're under there. Under? Yeah, they're all like stacked on top of each other. I see some up here. Let me see. You're gonna see it's strawberry. See, he's sick of me, bitch. You saw Sinners the other night. I don't know if it's wrong for someone to acknowledge they had mixture way back in the day, but their family is white now. Hear me out. I feel like what makes the most sense to me is to acknowledge that we're whole mixed people. Like the fractioning, that's white people created. Like that's how I'm thinking about it, and I'm hoping people can hold that. Like if we as mixed people don't hold like who we are, and we keep on allowing the colonizer to say, then we're going to perpetuate the lie and the inferiority complex of the colonizer. Because the colonizer thinks they're ugly. Let's be real. You have to really think they're ugly to do what they do. Like you really like you have to just look at the politics from like a perspective of like what they're doing to solidify that they're the best. What do they make sure is happening? They're always on cam. Thank you, BB. I appreciate you. Oh, why you threw that away, Phil? I'm sorry, I'm like really fat. I'm just like, you really threw away your pastry?
I didn't eat it.
I hear you. I saw the Tres Leches cake in the freezer, in the fridge though. You coming back for it?
No.
I'm dead. You don't know if it's wrong for someone to acknowledge they have some mixed. Oh, you had a coworker who was a 1/8 black and told me he thought it would be irresponsible to call himself mixed or black. I feel like saying that they're a whole mixed person is just fine. Like I feel like between me and you, I feel like as long as they don't use like their mixed identity to do too much, like I feel like it's not a lie. But again, it's one of those things where it's like 1/8. I just feel like when you're getting down to that, let's be real. Everybody white. Maybe somebody was mixed, but everybody white for the most part. That's alive right now that you hanging out with right now. That 1/8, what is that? A great grandparent? Like, let's be real. How many people still got great grandparents alive? So it's one of those situations where it's like people will try to just like I just feel like even I'm bringing it up is fascinating because it's like they know they're white and like how are they decolonizing from whiteness? Like that's the more important thing in my humblest opinion. Is like how are you using that privilege? Like what are you doing with it? And like that's a conversation I rarely hear about. Motherfuckers want to talk about all these different words to describe mixed people. What are we doing? What's happening? Like you have the privilege to do X, Y, or Z. What are you gonna do with that? I'm crying out, Napoleon. You got me dead. Aqua, I feel like this is the second time you called Dane sexy, so I'm watching you now. Like now I'm watching you. I wasn't watching you before, but now I'm watching you. Like I'm have to get my man. Like I have to get him. I'm just joshing. It's a joke. We could be sister wives. Don't worry. But yeah, what was I gonna say? There is just mm-mm-mm. There's just too much to talk about in the news. So like I said, I'm not gonna play you. I'm not gonna bring it up. But sweetie, why the fuck the white lady that raised all that money after being racist in the park with her baby in her hand? There's an Asian bitch trying to go viral doing a similar thing. And it's awkward because the black women in the video are just laughing at her. And then apparently she did an apology and then wrote an apology letter. It was very awkward. It just made me think that like these white people think that they're gonna be able to be racist and get money, and it's awkward because it's like I just looked up Kyle Rittenhouse and he's still out here. Like he's over here buying a bunch of guns and looking crazy, and it's just like, man, it's just giving like the militia is coming, bitch. Like I feel like the tiki torches, white people. They couldn't even get their own. Like they couldn't even. What up, baby? Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. Thanks, Bonche. Not can I fight? I absolutely can't, bitch. And if it comes down to that, go ahead. Go ahead. Cause I'll be damned if I get bopped like over some dick. That's crazy. Like I be watching cheaters sometimes, bitch, and I be like, not y'all in the water. Like I seen a girl fall into the lake trying to beat up a man after he cheated on her. And I'm like, how did you survive that? I wouldn't have survived it. Like I couldn't have survived. Like I'm in the pool, I'm in the water, and I gotta get back in the van and do my confessional about how you cheated on me. Oh no, girl. Now I got swamp ass. I hate you. Bitch, why the fuck? I seen a Cheaters episode that literally had me screaming. I have to share it. Bitch, okay, so it's a white man. And I don't really see a lot of white men that look like they got money, but he was a very like, I have money Caucasian. And he talking to, Joey Greco and being like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, she never home. She always be out. She said she working, but I be going to her job. I don't see shit. And I'm like, oh, damn, now you went to buy her job. So you already know something's going wrong. But you're like, I need evidence because I'm about to divorce her. Like, it's very much giving like, I'm getting a divorce settlement. She won't get $1 out of me, bitch. Like, it's giving that. So I'm interested. I'm invested. Bitch, why the fuck they see her with a dude multiple times that she's saying is her guru, which had me screaming. But why the fuck when they actually went into the house where she was at, bitch, it was a BDSM play party and everybody was either dressed in a mask or had clown shit on their face. And the dude she was in the room with was wearing a full clown outfit with the hair, bitch, and was literally like screaming, feel your feelings, and was like trying to get her to let it out. Meanwhile, once the husband seen her, she started acting like she's scared of where she is. White people are so fascinating, bitch. She literally like, bitch, she went from wearing a mask and like, bitch, she looked like she part of the dark carnival, like high key, like she got on all this like fucking like she looking like the bitch from fucking Sweeney Todd, bitch. Somebody knows that white lady name, Helena Bonham Carter, bitch. Hey, I know white people sometimes, but she over here dressed like just in all black with the veil with a mask on in a room with this dude dressed like a clown. And as soon as her man pop up in there, she jump off the bed, started screaming, start crying. It was funny as fuck because she really trying to act like I don't know how I got here. It's like, girl, you know how you got here. You know these people, you know these clowns. But it was just so funny because she was really running around the house like, like acting like she was scared. Meanwhile, the clown dude is running behind her like, yes, yes, feel this. Let it out. Feel everything. And the husband trying to beat up the clown and the clown rolling all over the place. It's low-key funny because he one of those like 5'8" dudes with a belly. So he little as hell. And the rich dude is like maybe 6 something with a belly and he big too. So they both, and it's just hilarious because the clown dude is acting out a clown life. Like he is being a pure clown. Meanwhile, the wife is like, get him away from me, like acting like she in danger. Once they get into the van, the rich husband like, I don't know if I want you to come with me. And that shit had me screaming. Because bitch, keep in mind, he's battling a clown to free her from this party that she went to on her own. They're in the van. They're seemingly safe now. No clowns. They by themselves. Why the fuck he's sitting there like, I don't know if you and me can keep going together. I was like, bitch, you just, and then why the fuck she gonna say, well, you're not gonna leave me here with him, are you? I'm like, girl, you came here with him. Y'all planned this event. There's evidence of y'all meeting up days before and planning this shit out. Talking about, you're not gonna leave me here with this clown. I'm like, bitch, I could not look away from the TV. I was like, this is why they pay y'all the big bucks. Because that's wild. Like, this white lady just gaslighting everybody, acting like, I don't know how I ended up in a BDSM play party dressed up like a clown. I don't know how the fuck this happened. And it was just crazy because she got begging. She's like, please, please. She's like, I want to be with you. I'm like, girl, she do not want to be. I mean, maybe she do want to be with him for the money, but he clearly not into what she into. Like, baby, you like clowns. That's fine. Like, no shade. Like, whenever people like really strange stuff, I'm just grateful because I know some bitch out there is eating. Like, I'm looking at you, girlies that got the clown outfit in the closet. Get all the money, bitch. Like the foot girlies. Like, bitch. Like, honestly, it's the way I wish I could be a foot girly, bitch. I just don't have it. Like, I literally don't have it. I do not have the feet for that. But if I did, oh my god, bitch, y'all would never see me. I'll be laid up somewhere, bitch, getting my feet done. I'll be getting my feet done together. Grace blew up the spot in Sinners. Grace. Oh, the Asian lady? Feel free. I feel like I need to watch it again because I feel like that part of the movie was really like wild for me. Like I was definitely high as fuck when I went to go see it. And I've already watched it a couple times. I haven't been able to finish it. It's like I keep on getting to I feel like I keep on getting to the part where they meet up with the dude that be drinking. My bad, I'm blanking on his name. I want to say I'm blanking on it. The dude that was drinking. Somebody help me, please. But I keep on getting to that part where he is talking about, he get to drink as much as he want to drink, and he don't know if he should fuck with these new people. And so I feel like it's been hard for me to pay attention to it. Like I feel like I need to like probably go see it again. Like I feel like I understand why people are going to go see it again because watching on a small screen is hard. Like I think that's really the bigger issue. I keep trying to watch on my phone and I don't think I can cast it from the app. I'm gonna see if I can cast it to the Roku. If I can, I'll be fine. Maybe, but I just feel like the movie is so big. Like it feels big. Like I remember when I watched it, it felt like it was so big. And watching on a small screen just don't do it justice. It just don't. So yeah, there's a bootleg in the community post if anybody cares to watch it again, but it's not the same. And if you can't cast it to if you don't have a TV that can connect to the internet so you can watch it on there, it's not as nice. Like I'm not gonna lie. But then again, there's a part of me that feels like I might be able to stream it through Xbox. So PS on that. If you have an Xbox, PlayStation, you might actually be able to click on the bootleg link through there and watch it on the TV. You're welcome. But yeah, I feel like if you have things to say about Grace, feel free. I feel like people saying that like Grace was a op. I feel like I've seen some people say Grace was a mother, and I thought that was interesting because like nobody else had kids. So I think that's a whole nother point to this is that like when like I'm not trying to speak for Grace in any other capacity. I'm just trying to offer that like when you're child free and like something crazy happens, you don't gotta think about nothing else. But when you have a baby, you have to be like, okay, well, they have to go to school, they gotta eat, they gotta, And so, like, when people don't understand why women don't leave like abusive situations with children right away, it's like, babe, like that added another layer to it all. And people don't want to talk about it. People are they don't like parents at all or mothers. I mean, he threatened her daughter and she stopped being rational, but I feel like that's the other thing about it is like, I want to hold space for the fact that, like, hmm, I don't know. I know that the movie's an allegory, but I want to just hold that, like, in the event that a vampire pops up on you, I don't know. Like, it's awkward because I do think about how, like, in horror films that don't have racial elements to them, I feel like the conversations are much different. I feel like the conversation around this, I've seen barely anyone talk about Remick. I've seen convos for sure, but it's been centering around Mary so hard. And then if it's not centered around Mary, it's people talking about how they don't see fat phobia, and it's just frustrating because it's like, really? Like, you really don't see the fat phobia? And I know I brought it up recently that, like, King of Reeds did a video about the fat phobia. I wish he would have sourced, like, the person that he spoke to if they wanted to be. I don't know that they did, so maybe that's why that didn't happen. But I just really wish that, like, some creators would, like, realize, like, yes, like, you may not have the range for this, but someone else does. Like, bring them on, and it would have been cool to see him talk to a fat black femme about this. Like, I'm not saying that Justin Jay is not a person of size. I'm just trying to offer that, like, it would have been cool to see that conversation go down because being able to see someone who has privilege like acquiesce power in that way, I think it's very important. But again, like the ways that Justin Jay's video offered something that a lot of these other videos are not. And as I said when I first watched it, I was like, people were being kind. People hate to, like, there's something happening right now, and I've noticed it like really like in the worst way. But like there are a lot of people who are of size that don't want to be called fat, and I hold space for that for sure. I think for me, like claiming fat, it was personal. I don't expect everyone to personally want to reclaim fat. I think about so many words that I'm sure we can all hold that like everybody not gonna call themselves that. Like they're not going to do it. Like again, it's the way that I know some disabled people call themselves cripple. All disabled people are not gonna do that. So with that being said, I'm trying to hold space for autonomy in the conversation that like everybody is not gonna say fat. But I've noticed that a lot of fat people are like, or people of size rather, are like, oh, I want to be called voluptuous, curvy. Like, it's just fascinating to see like the younger generation, like people under 30, being like, do not call me fat, do not call me big. And I never liked big either, but I feel like fat just feels more honest. Again, it's the ways that like I know people created the word. I know thin people started calling people fat. I don't think that like anybody fat decided that we were fat. I think that that's unfortunately a word that was created for us, and just like the term big back, which I think is hilarious. Like again, it's the ways that I know I have a big back. It don't mean nothing to me, but I know that some people really think about unbigging their back and they're being dead ass. And so it's the ways that I don't always think we're saying the same thing. I think like as a fat person, I spent a long time wanting to like, not be fat. I spent a long time like, hoping that such and such person liked fat people. Like I just feel like I spent a lot of time worried about my fatness and how people would treat me. And at this point now, I'm just my full self in every room. And if I call myself fat or big or large or obese, that's me, bitch. And again, I think it's funny, but I know that there are some fat people who will not think it's funny to be called obese. I think that's funny, but other people may not. And I would never call nobody obese unless they were comfortable with that. Or I was talking to a fellow fat person and, we had a convo about that being okay. But again, it's the ways that, like, we're not all going to be comfortable. We call fat, big back, large, whale. Like, again, I feel like some of these words, if someone says them, you'll be like, what the fuck? And again, it's the ways that, like, when you're marginalized, people will say words to you more frequently and they'll have way more meaning than some people will ever fucking understand. And so I never want anyone to feel like they gotta accept being called anything if they don't want to. And at the same time, I want to hold that there are some larger people that are getting very, murky about the language to call us. And it's awkward because I feel like I saw it reflected in the movie, like the ways that people want to be called voluptuous, the way that people are looking at Annie's character and being like, she's just large breasted. And it's like, no, she's a bigger woman. She's a woman of size. That's okay, right? But it's not. Some people would rather be called curvaceous. They'd rather be called voluptuous. And again, I don't give a fuck. You, whatever you want to be called, I honor that. But again, it's the ways that I feel like we're trying to class up, calling people fat, and I feel like I don't care. But I do think that, like, in a world where we need to do that, where we feel like that's necessary, we will start to look at fat people and be like, oh well, they just have big breasts. Like the disembodying of Annie's character has been bizarre to watch. Like the way people are being like, oh, she's not fat, she just has larger breasts. And it's like, what is the point of this combo? Like, it's just so bizarre. And again, it goes hand in hand with the desire to not be called fat. If Annie just has big breasts, then she's not fat anymore. What's the point of that? What's the point? And unfortunately, I think a lot of people don't want to talk about. The point is, we don't like the word fat. We've either been harmed by the word, or it's become more socially acceptable to verbally assault and browbeat, and also health shame and fat shame people who are fat. And I've seen it. Like, I feel like in the comment sections, like sometimes like nobody comes in and we're all just kicking it. Every now and then, like somehow I get pushed through the algorithm and there's like 50 people in here and they're all calling me fat, big back, and it's awkward because it's like, what is the point of that? Like, again, I'm not saying that being mean to people is something I don't understand, or being rude to people is something I don't understand. But again, it's the ways that people will just come in, see a fat person, and be like, you're fat, multiple different times, multiple different ways. And you have to just hold that, like, that person is projecting, perhaps. Maybe they're a bigger person. Maybe they are scared of becoming a bigger person. Maybe they feel better about being skinny as long as they maintain it and shit on fatter people. I'm sure that's part of it. I'm sure that for some people, like, being mean solidifies how they feel inside. Mm. You think she gave the best performance of her career? I mean, I've never seen people lust after her before either, but I also think, like, when we look at how she was dressed in the movie, like, I just think about how, like, she looked like a woman of the time. And I think about how, like, the thing that hurts me is that, like, I love the story that was told in ways, but it's the ways that, like, imagine if we switched the characters, you know? I'm not saying completely, but it's like, what would the story have been if in the streets there was Annie, a rich heiress, who had maybe once or twice crossed the tracks and met up with one of the twins, and her family didn't want to see her go down that path. Maybe they were upright folk in some way, shape, or form, but they very much did not like the crime and the life of, like, belligerence and, you know, fucking mess that came with that man. And so Annie shows up looking like, you know, just looking like she inherited money after the Titanic, went down. Like just looking like she had gotten some money and her family's been doing well for a time for whatever motherfucking reason. But if Annie had money and power and had persistent love and wanted this man, what would the story then be? Like if Haley Stenfield's character, if the character that played Mary, even the word Mary versus Annie, like Annie gives like short name, childhood friend. Her name might have been Andrea or Andel. We'll never know. Mary was very much like inspired by Jesus, the Christian name, right? The good name. But she was the woman who was adventurous in a way that her people did not want, in a way that maybe her life did not afford. Again, if Annie was a rich woman going back to her rich woman life and found a man that she had loved a long time, I still think the story could have worked in that respect. Now, Mary being some sort of like witch hoodoo practitioner, between me and you, bitch, I feel like they could have really showed like the Appalachian magic. Like between me and you, I thought the story could have kind of worked if they would have added some Appalachian white. Ooh, Mary means better in the Bible. Kayla, you better tell us some tea. Here's the thing. I think Annie's character, I think the actress, One Me is beautiful. Let's just hold that. One Me is a beautiful woman. But we also have to hold that like there are people that are upset because they don't want to see fat black women looking dusty, looking broke, looking sad, going through any trauma. And I just want to hold that is okay. I really want us to just hold that like it's very okay for there to be black women, especially black women, who want to see like black women having joy in their life and living a full uplifted life. What up, Michaela? It's wild though when you think about it, like how that critique is seemingly met with like weird energy. Like people will really act like black women are complaining when they're being candid about how they're tired of seeing like trauma porn. When again, it's the ways that a lot of movies, when they do hire black women to be in them, it's to be enslaved, it's to be harmed, it's to be othered. Like it's not every day that black femmes get to play the lead, the desired, and the happy person in the damn movie. And so with that being said, people being upset that One Me's character was doing a lot to support the script and the damn storyline, was doing so much labor, was carrying everything on her back. I think that that's important to note because maybe Ryan will see that like he had an error in his art, or maybe not an error, but just was not considering the layers of Annie's character. Which, as a black cis man, I don't. There's a part of me that's like, if you want to write characters about people that you're privileged over, you definitely need to talk to those folk and you need to have them writing every step of the way. Like Annie's character felt like it could have been two characters, maybe three, and it's frustrating because again, it just shows how much work they put on black women to do. Like when I think about black women in movies that I really like, or even shows I really like, I think about how the black woman's character are always carrying the damn show. Like there would be no show without the black woman. But again, it's the ways that like she's a plot device, but she's also not the star somehow. Like I think about fucking Abbott Elementary. Ava's the star of the show. Like she is like without her, I don't care. Like I wait for her scenes so much because I'm just like, when is she gonna come back? Like she is so funny. And again, it's the ways that like Quinta B, she cool, no hate. But it's the way that like that's the character I'm looking forward to seeing and looking at. But again, it's the ways that like when we're watching content that shows black women, 9 times out of 10, if the black woman is a bad person, they put her through hell. It's rare I get to see a black woman villain get away with everything and live well. It's the way they'll let white people go through all types of shit, and then in the end, somehow they still got all the money They still got their life. Like, it's just like, girl, come on. So again, it's the ways that like even Set It Off, if they had lived, if there was a Set It Off too, that would have been a really dope franchise to see. Like them become basically like a ring of woman robbers. Again, the way the story ended was very much cautionary tale. But if they had written it with the idea that like, everybody deserved to survive this, like everybody deserved to get up out of their situation, their circumstances. Obviously the message was crime don't pay. Obviously the message was, if you do something illegal with your friends, you might be the one that makes it. But I really hate that ending. Like the ending of Set It Off is such a waste because why build up? Why tell me that there's four bitches that will do whatever they gotta do to survive? Like why create those characters if you're not gonna give them some dignity? And I also feel like I'll never forgive Queen Latifah character because I really hate the way that they made it seem like she was so careless because hot wiring a car is actually quite sophisticated. If she knew how to hot wire, why would she put herself in jeopardy by, fucking putting her evidence on anything and putting it out the car? It just doesn't make sense. Shirley, I hope you're doing well, boo. Oh, also tonight, don't forget at 8 p.m. we're going to be doing a dinner on the Discord. If you want to be added to the Discord, you want to add me. It's YUGIH0EUVHO on Discord. There's the plan for tonight in my mind is like we're gonna talk about like a possible movie night this week because uh I think you're I think you're I think people might want to watch Sinners. Like I think people might want to have a Sinners discussion. I don't know, but my desire is just to kind of check in about watching something together at some point this week and maybe doing like a smoke sesh slash party slash get drunk vibe or something because like at the dinner tonight I don't know what we're about to do, but I'm hoping that we can like maybe set something up for like this Friday, you know what I mean, maybe Friday night, a little smoke, a little drink, maybe we can all put together a playlist, put a bunch of songs together and just let them play. um who knows? I'm down. Thank you so much, Shirley. Cleo was on one in the movie. I'm crying. No, she really was. And again, I feel like the character flaw of like I the thing I don't like about Cleo's character is that like she's the lesbian and she's the reason why they got caught. I just feel like, bitch, give me another trope. You know what I mean? Give me another fucking trope. It's frustrating to watch that shit because it's like, what really? Like, what happened to Ursula? You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. Like, I feel like me seeing Queen Latifah be gay, but again, also, sidebar, I just remember Queen Latifah as a Zionist, which is so sad. But I feel like it makes sense. Like, I feel like when you look at her career, like, it actually makes a lot of sense. Like, I feel like she's gotten to do a lot of things. Like, I look at Queen Latifah and I'm like, man, I don't know if anybody watched Just Right, but I feel like that movie was crazy as hell. Like, I feel like that movie was a really crazy. I really hate that movie so much because it really plays on the trope of like, get you a good girl, get you a girl that's going, do anything to keep you in her life. Like, get you a girl that don't got no life without you. Or not, maybe not no life without you, but get you a fat bitch that's gonna do it. Like, bitch, it makes me think of Monique and Shannon Sharp. Not to go backwards because I do not care about Shannon Sharp. I don't care about the storyline with him. I just go on wig, buy wig, like please leave me alone. Like I can't. I feel like the Shannon Sharp conversation is like terrifying because there are so many white women who are into race play, and I've come to the conclusion that I may be a product of race play. Like I really had to just sit with that reality that I don't know, man. No, I don't know. Like again, I have to hold that. Like some of us, like we're not created out of love, bitch. It's sad. It's sad, but it's true. Anyways, moving on. The Shannon Sharp aspect of everything was me noticing people bringing up Monique, talking to Shannon Sharp, talking about she wanted him to get a fat woman, a big fat gal, to make him some smothered turkey wings and rub his feet. And I was like, Monique, what's going on in your relationship? Because I'm terrified. Are you rubbing feet and smothering turkey wings I feel like people be giving advice that coming from their own experience. So I'm just not sure why she said that, but it just made me sad because it's like, bitch, imagine a child growing up in a world and then watching TV and finding out that people are saying that because they're fat, because they're a woman, that they need to be subservient and rub on a man's feet and rub on a man and feed him and bring him his plate. Like, I don't want that for anyone. That makes me so sick. But I feel like that's the other part of this is that, like, when you're fat and a femme, like, people really do expect you to be like big mama, and they really want you to cook, and they really want you to clean, and they really want you to be a mother. They really want you to be a daughter. They really want you to be teachable, but also sharing. Ooh, ooh. Word, mango peel. Again, that comment that she made on Shannon Sharp's show being brought up in relation to Shannon was awkward. Because when she said it, I cringed. But when it's being used to say that Monique must have known how he was moving out here, and Monique tried to warn him, and that's so sad. Like, there are so many fat black femmes that have so much more to offer than rubbing a man's feet and smothering turkey wings. And it's just the way that she just knew she was giving him good advice. She just knew she was telling him something. And it's like, that's what you want for somebody fat? Like, you want somebody fat to be subservient to Shannon? And it's the way that, like, Shannon is into white teenagers. It's like, bitch. That's why I'm not even bringing it up. That's why I'm not even talking about it. Because it's like, we don't talk about hebophilia enough. We stay talking about pedo. We don't talk about hebophilia enough. We don't talk about the people that are interested in girlies that are like teens. Like, we talk about pedos, but we don't talk about the teen lovers. Shannon needs to go lay down. Like, he really do. Like, just, again, finding out that his kink is beating up on white teenagers. Oh, God. That made me sad. That made me really sad. That was really tragic. And then also a tweet came out where Shannon was talking about his daughters and criticizing his daughter's tuition or something. He was criticizing some kind of financial thing to do with his daughter, and people was like, "Bitch, you gave a white bitch $25,000 for each butt cheek." Like, right, right, and him being 50 years old and like trying to get with. And he might be 60, bitch. I don't know, but he old. And so him being with a teenager was really like, and him getting to say he's gonna take a step back from ESPN is crazy. Cause it's like, girl, why the fuck would they even keep you on? Like, I just expect his show to become like an incel podcast, to be honest with you. I expect Cam Newton to come up on there one more time. Like, I expect a couple incels to show up. Like, that's what I expect. Cause good God. No, she sounded very young, but also her fetish of like getting a black baby put in her. Oh fuck! Like, and then people be wondering why this mixed people is crazy and not well. It's like, well, those are our moms. Those are our mothers. You know. No, the corn categories are terrifying. Like, honestly, like when I seen that there was like stepfather porn, I wanted to throw up so bad because it's the way that like people talk about like creepy stepdads way too much for that to be a corn category. Like, it's just like, What the fuck? It's again. I feel like it's reality imitating. I feel like it's art imitating reality more than anything. I don't think that like that shit came after. I think unfortunately, creepy stepdad been a thing, and they're just like providing that visual stimuli. And see, that's the thing. Like his daughter, like he over here posted a picture of his daughter, talking about her hair is real, and it was awkward because I remember thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure his daughter is biracial or like mixed. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just trying to say that like he's one of those men who like really takes pride in having a child that phenotypically like is seen as non-black or quote unquote more desirable. And it's awkward because again, it's the way I only seen him praise his daughter to talk about her hair. And Mingo Peel, that's the thing. That's the thing. There are a lot of older black women who are still, unfortunately, believing that. How do I hold this? I'm trying to just hold that like there are black women who believe that like the white man is the colonizer always, and that the black man is under attack. And I'm gonna be real with you. A black man tried to kill me this summer, and I felt terrible about calling the police on him. It's not just black women. A lot of us feel terrible for how white supremacy does black people in general. But black cis men are beneath white cis men, but some of them really think or take it very personally and try to operate in a way that rivals them. I truly believe, and I think that's part of Shannon's kink, is like he knows like this is what it's all about. I hate to tell y'all that, but like this expose, like that's why she was getting paid. Because this is a big deal. Are you okay? Okay. The 6-year-old girl who was sold by her mom. Oh my god. Ooh. And see, that's terrifying to hear. And see, saying that like it's a part of the performance, and that's not what she really likes. I don't disagree with you at all. Like, who knows what she really is into? But like the way we're reacting to Shannon, that's why these men pay that amount of money. Some of the shit that they're into, they know. If anybody found this out, oh, and they're not even rich like Shannon. They're not even high profile. But if anybody found out that they like to sniff the booty of a fat bitch after a Taco Bell order, they'll be sick. If anybody found out that they like to get crushed, to have a fat bitch jump on them, jump on their back, they will be so embarrassed. It's real. A lot of sex workers get paid for shame. We're holding on to the shame. Like the men that like to get beat up, and like it's always like no face hitting, right? Like because they want to be able to hide what you did to them, but they still they want that. They can't tell everybody they want someone to beat them up. They cannot tell everybody that, especially if they're a white man who's like famous or rich. You cannot tell people you like to get beat. And again, it's the ways that, like, as someone who's been beat before as a child, I'll never let anybody put their hands on me. But I think about that too. I think about how, like, some people kink is informed by what has and has not happened, or what would seemingly never happen. Like, there's white men that really want to get, like, treated like pure shit. Those are my favorite. Because I, at times, am so upset with how white supremacy is operating. I do need to beat up somebody white. It don't make me nut. It just helps me get some of that anger out. And again, I'm so grateful for all the white people that need to get bopped to feel good. Bitch, I need to bop you to feel good. Thank God we found each other, bitch. Thank God. And they paying? They're paying you to beat them up. Again, some of y'all might want to reconsider what the fuck you doing. Some of y'all might want to reconsider because there's a way of white people that want to get beat extra bad right now for all the bullshit. Whew, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like imagine being so protected and so safe that you want danger, that you want the maybe a fractured rib, maybe a bloody lip. fascinating. Again, I'm not trying to take away that they're real. I'm just trying to offer that it fascinates the fuck out of me. Truly fascinated. Oh, his kids aren't mixed? Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Mm. You know, I feel like a white woman saying the things she was saying and already having a fucking litigation for him, it really made me think like even if it's not a setup, I feel like this was probably not isolated. Like I don't want to make it seem like this man's not capable of making his own mess. What I want to offer though is that, you know, his content, I don't want to play with anybody. Like I haven't watched a Shannon Sharp interview in a minute. I don't think he's great at it. I think he's just good at letting people talk their shit. I think he's good at sitting there and letting people talk their shit. I think that there's an art to that. I think that some interviewers may talk a little too much. And so he's figured out how to shut the fuck up and let people just do their thing, which is I think has worked out for him. But I don't think that his content was in any way like. Then again, let me not even do that because I feel like between me and you, I'm split between whether or not like the Trump administration was like trying to get his ass because again, Trump is so petty that like he's just doing so many things that I would not be surprised if the Trump administration was like black people like this show, let me get him, or if he just was being sloppy with a white sex worker. Because again, it's the way that like once you have some money, you really should be like trying to figure out a girly in the industry who like is a girly. And unfortunately, a lot of these white girls like that get into the game. Like that's the thing about sex work. Sex work is about desirability. The world is telling white women that they're the most desirable. The world is telling all of us that, unfortunately. And so men will go into sex work spaces and look for the white bitches. A few of them know they're not into white women, and so they're not going to look for them. But white women are there in abundance. And so again, it's the way that like sex work is literally so full of white women, but we don't talk about it enough. It's very fascinating. Like white women get so much love in sex work spaces because they're seen as like exotic. Like, oh my God, how did Shelly get here? Like, how did Becky end up here? And it's so fascinating because it's the way that like men will treat sex workers of color like pure shit. And it's like, damn, like you want something from me, but you're not treating me like it. And the ways that, again, white sex workers will have a whole website, they'll have a call-in line, like, and then and they'll be a mom. They'll be a mom influencer and a sex worker. And it's like, damn. And it's like nobody cares. Like nobody's mad. Oh, I appreciate you. Right. I was not sure if you were checking at me on being disrespectful because I really wasn't trying to be. But again, it's the ways that like I don't be sure. I'm never sure. So I'm trying to just be clarifying. Like I'm not a kink hater. Um, you think of it as a fear of sharing certain kinks with black women. I mean, hear me out. Like, I think, like, if you want a white woman to degrade you, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that you probably don't want the same thing from a woman of color or a black woman, because again, you have to consider like the act of degradation. Like, people want people to cause harm to them that they want to be with. A lot of times, I'm not saying always, but usually they want a relationship enough to where we can have a safe word, we can talk about it. Excuse me. And so I don't believe for 1 minute that him and this white woman haven't had really deep conversations where he's been candid about how he loves white women and how he wants to, or how he prefers white women because he loves to put his hand around their throat. I'm sure there are ways that like he enjoys sexuality that is connected to him being a very large, deep, dark skinned black man. Look, I want folks to consider this, that there are women out there, like white women, who want to beat the shit out of men that they don't want. They're not a bottom. They're definitely a top. They want to use a dildo. They want to do all types of things. But it's the ways that, like, when we see a white woman, doesn't matter what she looks like, we have a hard time imagining her tapping into like masculine behavior, or even like top behavior, or even behavior of someone with a penis. Like, again, it's the ways that like you don't know what anyone's really into. However, because we live in a white supremacist world, we know that someone who looks like Shannon is maybe been pulled over by the cops more than other people, maybe been talked crazy to by white men really wild. Like, I'm sure there are ways that like his lived experiences, it makes sense why he wants to abuse a white woman. It makes sense. Again, I'm not saying that I want white women to be abused by anybody. I'm just trying to offer that there are going to be people that are existing in a world that's anti-black. And so to get off, to get their nut, they may have to do some harm to somebody who's supposedly their oppressor. Maybe for them, getting a nut, getting gratification is about resetting that dynamic, or completely throwing it away and putting it on its head. There's a lot of layers. There's a lot of layers. You said he's definitely weirdo, and no, he should have been messing with a girl that young, relationship or sex work. And see, Nima, you're not wrong, but I feel like that's the thing. Sex work is like, it really is one of those things where I didn't think about it in my 20s, but we're really selling youth. As like a 35-year-old sex worker, like, I can acknowledge that like the older I get, like the way less clients that I'm getting, because I'm not really offering like mommy play or any shit like that. Like, I'm not there. No shade. No shade to any of those girls, but I feel like once you get to a certain age, you can start offering certain things. I refuse. I'm not doing that at all. I don't want to pretend to be your mom. I'm so good. And so with that being said, like, I feel like some of us are going to not necessarily age out, but we may go more towards like full impact play, which is like when you beat the shit out of somebody. Or like, the stomping, you know what I mean? Like, there's other things to do, like getting that heart rate up, doing a river dance on a man's back. That is cardio. And so, with that being said, I want folks to just consider like getting into sex work when you're in your 20s. Like, I hate to tell you this, but like, you are selling youth. You're selling like a young girl likes me. I hate to tell you that. And the younger you are, the more you're selling that to that man. And so I want to just put that out there right the fuck now. As someone that tells me that I still look like I'm in my 20s, I appreciate you, but I'm not. And that's great. And I love getting older. I think that's a blessing. I'm grateful that I get to live another day. 35 years, whoa. But again, like, putting it out there that like the younger you are in sex work space, the creepier the men are. Just putting that out there right now. They're always creepy. But the younger you are, and again, there are some girls, like, I lie about my age on sex work sites all the time. And so again, if you're a younger looking person, you could lie, and that'll only enhance your disgust, and it'll also enhance your money, because again, it's the way that like these men want sex work from women under 25. They just do. Michelle, I appreciate the praise, but keep that in mind. Like, being a 55-year-old white woman, like, there are gonna be people who would pay you to spit on them. Like, I want you to consider that. That like sex work literally subverts all of the like positive things that are happening for you in privilege. Like, because I'm a lighter skinned fat femme, like, there are men that want me to like degrade them in a very racial way. And I never did no shit like that. But like, there are men that are looking for that. There are men that are looking towards women who are non-black to be anti-black. There are men who are black looking for white women to be anti-black. There's a lot. Those men would go under it if it was. Oh, they definitely would. Like, that's the thing. Like, I would. I'm gonna be real with you. I wouldn't be surprised if before the end of the year, the legal age of consent lowers, because they're already like rolling back on child labor. They did it a year ago, and that's the thing. Fuck Trump. it's not just about him. Like he is like he's the face of the company, but the company is what's fucked up. It's not just the face of it. This man clearly is not very bright. He's not the architect of this fucking hellscape. He did not create it, but he is going to work within it to become very rich. And he doesn't care what he does. And so with that being said, it's the way that I was taking a look into like the child labor laws and like that's the plan, bitch. The plan is to put they're like you want to hear something really sick? The plan is to put all the adults that don't fuck with Trump somewhere. Libya, Honduras, El Salvador, they don't give a fuck. And all the kids left behind, all the foster kids, all the kids just taking care of themselves, they're gonna be put to work. I hate to say this, but I really believe that we're gonna be living in like the company towns, you know, of the early like fucking or the late 1800s or the early 1900s, where like the companies come into a town and the whole town is sponsored by Coca-Cola. The side of TikTok that you're on, though, I'm shook. Like, I've not heard that, but thank you for telling me that I live in a very weird state. Um, yeah, I had no idea that they were doing anything with ashes. Yeah, no, it's a wild time to be alive. It's a very wild time to be alive. And again, it's the way that you know, there are people right now making money. Like this dude sent me money to eat some food on camera for him. Like that's a thing. For anybody out there dealing with food inequality, the website is called FEABIE. I will just say that if you go on there, scope it out, scope it out, follow some of the girls, be mindful about following the girlies and like be connecting with the girlies because they're gonna like the more friends you make as a hoe, the more you're gonna find out who's whack. Because there's girlies like I love when I talk to fellow whores because I'm like, bitch, you know Jeremiah, and they'll be like, bitch, Jeremiah fucking played with me. Yeah, and now we both hate Jeremiah, and now Jeremiah not getting no pussy, not getting no digital communication. Like Jeremiah now on the list. So with that being said, like talk to whores. Like if you're trying to be a sex worker, talk to other sex workers. A lot of us are friendly as fuck. Some of us are down bad and broke and probably not in the mood to talk. That's okay. But just keep that in mind. Like other whores are gonna help you. The clients, they're not. Don't get me wrong. You're gonna find a couple clients who you think you're gonna want to date. Don't do it. I promise you, it's not real. Like I tried it. I tried it. I tried it so you don't have to. It's not real. They just want a discount. I hate to tell you that. They just want a discount. Keep your pin pan strong. Keep your money. Keep your purse tight. Let them know what the price is, and figure out before you fuck with anybody what the fuck you doing shit for. Because I'm telling you, these men deal with a lot of women and they all got price points. So you got to have one for yourself as well. If you don't know where the fuck to start, I hear you, bitch. You can reach out to me. I'm not going to charge you no money, but I am going to ask you to think deeply about what kind of hoe shit you're trying to get into because, again, some of this shit is traumatizing. I'm not going to hold you. Like, there's sex workers that are traumatized from the shit. Like, one of my friends, she a full service and she definitely fucked a dude. Like, and she said that she's been in pain for like a week. And I'm just like, oh, fucking a man? Damn. Detroit Cavi, thank you so much. Oh, that's sick as fuck. I appreciate you for telling me. That respect is earned. Aqua. I hope this man gives you a cut because it's the way we all going to watch this shit. Like, I be taking somebody mama's ashes. Like I hate to say this, but this is like I'm pretty sure an open carry state, so I'm pretty sure he gonna get shot. Like I hate to say that, but people get shot for less. Um, I mean, here's the thing: like when you're a sex worker, you probably already have mental health issues. Like no shade, like I'm not trying to do too much, but a lot of us sex workers have gone through some shit, or we've had a lot of sexual experience, and we feel like we know. how to operate. But I feel like even thinking like that is, I think, another reminder that like maybe we've been a people pleaser, maybe we've been in dangerous situations where we had to like figure out how to meet people's needs. Again, as a sex worker, I'm just realizing by working backwards like how I got here. So I mean, see, and that's none of our fucking business. Like, I just feel like between me and you, any man that says he know what his girl, his ex is doing with the child support, I just want to say right now, we just got to turn our fucking ears off. Because here's the thing: you only get child support like when the man is confirmed the father and is not taking care of their child needs. Child support only comes truly when the child is when the parent is not involved with the child. 9 times out of fucking 10. It's very rare, in my humblest opinion, people are paying child support and doing childcare. It's very rare. People usually choose to pay the child support because they don't have to do the childcare. So with that being said, all the carrying on he's doing is letting me know he's not washing diapers, he's not or washing clothes, changing diapers, feeding the baby. Couldn't be. He's online doing fool shit. Why do you have a woman's ashes? Like, why are you putting yourself in a situation where you might get taken off this earth? It doesn't make sense. It shows you he's a fool. It also shows you that that child support's really hitting him because why are you trying to go viral right now? You are a man on child support, which again, it is very rare that a man is paying child support and showing up for the child. No tea. It's very, very rare. And then the child support is not itemized. He doesn't know what that woman is doing with that money. He doesn't know. So as soon as a man starts telling you he know what the child support going towards, I just would just turn your ears off. That's how I feel at this point. I feel like when I see a man with a baby talking about child support, okay. But I bet you we ain't seen the baby in a while. I bet you the baby ain't nowhere on the fucking account. Again, it's the ways that a lot of men will try to. And then here's the other thing. She's caring. She's the primary care parent. The state has verified that. He has verified that the state has verified she is the primary care parent. Why are you bringing this to her door? Why are you fucking with her notifications? You're fucking with people in the name. Like there's people in her city probably know her business now. There's people that can go to her house and clown on her and her kids. Her kids could get bullied from this. He's not thinking deeply about the future of his children. He's thinking about a child support check that just left because he's broke. That's what he's thinking about. And it's fucked up. Because again, that child support getting taken out next month too. In June. And I hope her and the baby father go out and have a lavish beach trip. I hope they spend all the money. The fuck? Like again, it's the ways that like if a woman has a man in her life, 9 times out of 10 that man is doing something for her, especially if she got kids. It's very rare women are entertaining men that are doing not a damn thing for them and their children. So I refuse to believe she getting child support from this man and giving it to this other man. It makes more sense that like that man's money is probably helping the little bit it is with both of their incomes combined. That's what it's giving. It's giving they have a 2 income household and now you're providing a little bit of fucking assistance and you should more so focus on creating a life for your child that you want to see. It seems like you're jealous as fuck and not just jealous but a psycho. Like it's giving a psycho. Like you took somebody earn. You took somebody mama ashes. Like I just like it's sad, but my dad used to pay $75 in child support, and the way they garnished his shit was bi-weekly. He paid 150 a month, bitch, for 2 kids. So I really don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Cause I remember like telling my mom one day I got real slick and I was like, look, I was like, I want this. Like I wanted this thing. And I was like, I know you get a check from my dad because I had just came back from that ugly man house. And that's another thing too. They'll tell your baby, yeah, I give your mom money. Your mom gets child support from me. Ask her. They'll do shit like that. So that's another layer to this. They'll tell the baby, oh, well, I gave your mom some money. And now you go over here bothering your fucking mom and piss her the fuck off. And so, yeah, it's a lot of men like that, y'all. I hate to tell y'all that. Like, I really hate to tell y'all that. There's a lot of men that will tell their baby, your mama got the money. Your mom got money. And then you go and tell your mom, oh, well, can I get some of the child support money? My mom was like, you want to see what the fuck this man sent? She showed me the fucking, the damn checks. So right then and there. And so I know that it's probably messy for my mom to have done that, but I'm gonna be real with you. As much as I drag Tammy, I still appreciate her at times. And I feel like this is one of those times where I appreciate the fuck out of her. Cause like she wasn't about to have me out here acting like she wasn't about to have me thinking that she robbed me. She was like, girl, look at how much your dad gives. Like, look how much money I'm supposed to. And then she's like, don't you need shoes? She over here bringing up all the stuff that she got to pay for. And she's like, you know that this isn't going to cover it. And it's just the way that I felt terrible. Because I'm like, damn, I'm over here worrying her. And she barely getting any fucking money from this man. And he over here trying to put a battery in my back to be an asshole to her. And again, I'm not going to say that like my mom was like the best mom ever. She certainly wasn't. But there were definitely moments where I can see like people trying to play with her kids. And so I feel like that's another reason why me and her don't get along. Because I feel like people will lie to me and I'll bring it to her. And she'll be mad as fuck that I even brought it to her. Not considering I'm a child. They're playing me. I'm getting played. But she's not thinking about it like that. She treating me like I'm a grown bitch that's supposed to know every fucking thing. And so she's like, why do you believe these people that are lying? It's like, girl, you barely talk. Like my mom's an Aquarius. She barely speaks. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck going on. I'm sorry that the liars are talking in abundance. Here, here, here. Because I felt you. It's not enough to share in this pack. You can have your own pack. Bitch, I'm still turning out. Who knows what happens next? I'm trying to stay authentic and eat as many gushers as possible. Sorry. I do want to hold space for the fact that like my mom and my dad, they're not emotionally intelligent, they're not very kind, they're not very loving people. But I also think like my dad like basically not like doing anything for me. I just feel like I could never say that. Like he just has this air about him like I dare you. And it sucks because it's like as a kid, like I just remember like his temper just coming out of nowhere. Like out of the clear blue sky. I remember one time I was with him and he was hitting on this lady and I don't know what possessed him to do this, but he had shaved his head. And so I realized where our head came from. I was like, oh, okay. And so I was like, all right. You know what I mean? Like when I seen this shit, I was like, oh, okay. And so I was kind of laughing, you know, as a child would do. And I remember roasting my dad in front of this lady, and he got mad as fuck. And I felt bad because my dad ain't never really yelled at me, but he was very upset. Like I was just like, my dad had looked like a pizza, and the bitch was like, she was crying. He did not like that shit. And so I feel like I barely spoke to him because I could never make a joke. I could never say nothing because he was always annoying. Like he just, and in retrospect, I just think that he didn't really have a lot to offer. And I think that's why he acted how he did. Because it's like, bitch, if you have joy to share, you would. Like, I just think he was a very miserable man. And I feel like even now, like my brother, like my mom over here talking about some, oh, I gave your brother my last name. And I was like, well, why didn't you change my name? She was like, well, you were already too old and do. And she's like, plus, like he was there. She's like, I wasn't gonna have him sign it, but he came to the hospital. And I was just like, okay. And don't get me wrong, I don't care about my last name like that. But it's just the way that like my mom wanted us to not fuck with him. And it's like, I'm not trying to say like you can't be mad at your baby father, can't be mad at a man. That's fine. I just feel like my mom did a lot of weird stuff and he did a lot of weird stuff. And like, I would still try to understand both of them. But in retrospect, it's like a man is trying to understand an Aqua mama, and a Gemini dad. Girl, I'm so grateful I got away from them. No shade to the Geminis or the Aquas, but imagine that duo on your head. Mm-mm. That is too much. Jasmine, I appreciate you. Right, like you over here paying for ashes, like girl. In this economy, you're playing like that with your money. I'm always terrified of men that do stuff like that because it's like, damn, girl, like you'll do anything to look crazy. I don't think you're wrong, but I also think like my parents, like when I really think about it, it's not even just that they taught me how not to be. It's also that I don't think they were really shown like how to be either. Like I have to just hold that too. That like my mom, you know, like she got a lot of pain going on, a lot of insecurity. And so I think that like I was always gonna be a challenge for her as a child because I'm a free spirit. I like to live. I like to go out and try new things. I like to see what's out there. I believe that things will work out for me. I believe that I believe it's gonna work out. I believe I'm gonna figure it out. She's not the type. She's not. Like she'll figure it out if she got to. But if something go left, she just be so tunnel vision. I've had enough crazy things happen to where like if it don't work out, I'm not about to get stressed. I'm gonna take a deep breath, smoke some weed, and try to figure it out. But again, she don't like that. No, she's the type that's like, oh, I gotta actually have like a reaction to everything, and it can't just be I'm taking information in and holding it. Like I think I told y'all recently, like I sent her a video of a black woman like sharing book recommendations, and the bitch got mad. I was like, what did I do this time? She's like, I feel like you're trying to fuck with me. I was like, how so? Like imagine talking to a bitch like this. I'm like, how am I trying to harm you? She's like, I feel like you sending me these book recommendations to be funny. I was like, why? I was like, I want you to have more information. She over here mad suspicious. And I'm just like, bitch, what can I do? And yeah, I did have gushers before eating a real meal. Leave me alone. I get to be my own grandmother. And if I was a granny, I would do that. Also, I made soup earlier, bitch. Honestly, can I tell you my soup recipe? It's very basic, but I feel like for anybody who likes soup very quickly, this is the moment. So you want to take some bacon. I have some bacon I didn't care about. So that's how I had some bacon. But I put some bacon in some water with some garlic paste, some ginger paste, and hella like sazon, like some green onion. I just let that shit boil a little bit. Not boil, but like boil enough to where the fat was rendering, it was getting softer. And I had already cut up some potatoes and I had boiled them in some very savory garlicky water as well. And then I muddled some of the potatoes to make it kind of like a slurry because I didn't want to add dairy. And it came out fucking delish. Like, holy shit. I love putting bacon in some water and just like letting it, like, I feel like that's the best way to make bacon. Like, you can put anything in there, put fucking molasses in the water. You can put sazon, adobo, and basically you're just boiling the bacon and then you put it underneath the heat. I feel like you gotta be mindful about how much you boil it because you can boil it to where it's actually cooked and then you try to put it in the broiler, crisp it up, and you end up drying out all the shit. So just keep that in mind. I feel like if you really wanted to do something fun, you could braise it, like cook it low on like 200, and that's gonna allow you to be able to like have like a chashudan kind of vibe, you know, like a braised pork kind of vibe. Like, especially with the thick cut bacon, like, I know meat is expensive as fuck, but if you steal some thick cut bacon, bitch, you could make it into some good ass slow cooked pork, high key. I found that shit out not too long ago. A little bit of hoisin, a little bit of A little bit of gochujang, a little bit of white pepper, some sesame oil. You could really get it done. You could really make something fun. Bitch, I hate when you have to wash a fucking fork. Like we've both been like taking a break from doing the dishes, and it's at that point where it's like, good God, where are all the utensils? It feels like somebody threw them away. Yes, bitch, I'm telling you, it's so good. No, my mom is unwell, bitch. She's a very unwell person, and like me too. Like that's what sucks. Like I wish me and my mom could both be unwell together. I'd be so jealous of like when you see like the old white lady and her daughter, and they both kind of crazy, but they making it work. Like I really was like, damn, bitch, we can't even be on that type of time. We can't just get old in a manor together and lose a bunch of cats. That sucks. Like, what is the point of this? Like, what is the meaning of this? But that's fine. That's okay. I feel like it's for the best because I was saying to y'all a couple weeks ago, I never had none of my like. I feel like maybe once or twice I've had a family member like reach out to me about some shit I said online and be kind of like, "Oh my god, you're saying something that I know about on the internet." But I feel like if I'm being super candid, I love that aspect of my life. Like I love that there's no older person that could be like, "Hey, I'm hurt because you're talking about that time I abused you." Like I'm so grateful that I don't have to pretend to anybody like to make them feel better about how they treated me. But again, I feel like as much as I feel sad at times about not having family, I'd be so fucking grateful that I don't have to deal with their asses. Nima, thank you. Thank you so much, Nima. Guess the way I'm making some hamburgers tonight, bitch. I'm so some cheeseburgers. I'm so fucking excited. I hear you, Michelle. Thank you so much, Nima. How's wedding planning going? I'm screaming. Here's the thing. I feel like me and Dane getting married, I feel like we're probably going to sit on this for like a few more months. I feel like Dane probably Dane's a Libra. So I feel like he probably want to go to the gym for a little bit before we go to the wedding. And honestly, I really want to get a gym membership myself. Like I've been wanting to get one, but it's expensive as fuck. And then on top of it, if there's no hot tub, I'm Gucci. Leave me be. I'm good on that. But basically, I made that Panera Bread Southwestern corn chowder. I basically made that, but I didn't do no dairy, so I was able to cook it down. And it's basically just corn and potatoes and like mad savory stuff, but it tastes amazing. Well, there's bacon too. Mm. There's just something about corn and potatoes. Like they never go wrong. And gravy, oh my god. Mm. I fucking love food so much. Oh my god, and the ginger in this came out so fucking good. Like it tastes like so medicinal. Like the garlic and the ginger, Jesus. I feel like our Venus signs are the best. Like I have an Aqua Venus and he has a Virgo Venus. And I feel like he's very performative in love. Like he's like, I'm gonna show you I love you. I ain't gonna just tell you. As an Aqua Venus, I need that. Like I can't handle like people that just say I love you, I love you, I love you. Like that's great. How do I feel it though from you? I once dated like an Aries Venus, and woo, I just feel like he was an energy vampire. No shade. Like I feel like that was the only relationship where I felt like and it was my first partner, and I just feel like he kept me like a pet. Like I feel like I didn't think about it at the time, but sometimes that living girlfriend shit, like baby, you are a dog, like you are a cat that he gets to fuck every now and then. Like it's awkward as fuck to talk about it, but like again, like there's just times where I think about how I really didn't have anything going on for myself, and he didn't give a fuck. Like he's just like, I can fuck you whenever I want. You tell me a joke. You cook food sometimes. Like I just in retrospect think about how like the playing house shit, especially when you're young, it can really set you up to think that that's what love is. But love isn't just like pretending to be a caretaker, or not even pretending. And love isn't just caretaking, you know. But I used to think it was. I used to think like he's doing the thing like that you want a man to do, right? Paying all the bills, yeah, and then you're poor, and then when you leave, you have nothing. Shit, if he leaves you, and then you get scared, then you go back again. Like I know that I've lived a lot of lives, but I feel like the life that I'm living right now, the one where I have my own money, very important. And again, I know some femmes think that a man taking care of them is like the pinnacle. And while I do think that like having a man or any partner support you is great and important, I do think that like unfortunately, like when you become accustomed to someone taking care of you, it can be really hard to like stop that behavior. I feel like some people like after relationships, you get stuck at your mom's house. I hate that shit. Like that happened to me so many times. I'll break up with him and go to my mom's house and then realize my mom is demonic and go right back to the abuser. Cause I'm like, I kept playing this game of like, who's worse? Who's worse? Who's worse? Who is worse? And so if you could not get money up, that's okay. Talk to your bestie. More best friends need to live together and like have boundaries and like talk about how you have conflict. Talk about your conflict resolution skills. Like like don't just jump into it because you're besties. Talk about what it could look like if somebody came home late and was really drunk. Like bring up like the worst things that could happen to you. Then maybe y'all will figure out, hey, the worst things that will happen are things we both don't want to happen. So we're both probably not gonna do them. Things like that. Again, these are things I learned from being evicted and homeless many times. These are things that I only know because I tried to live with many people and it did not work out. I tried to live with like total strangers, tried to live with partners, tried to live with mama, live with a lot of people. But I think one of the most important things is figuring out how we fight. Because some people, when they want to fight or when they want to have conflict or when conflict arises, they're the type of person that's like, oh, I don't want to talk to you, and they'll disappear. You may realize you're the kind of person that needs to talk about conflict almost as soon as it occurs because you maybe have anxious attachment. Who knows? But again, like trying to figure out how we fight, how we repair the rupture, what our fighting styles are. I know for me, when I'm fighting, I know that I can get really loud and get really fast. I can kind of like pester and like kind of pelt words. And I feel like that way of communicating for someone who's avoidant can feel like actually being hit, actually being physically assaulted. And so again, trying to remember like, oh, when I have conflict with this person, deep breath, big deep breath. Think about what you are trying to convey. Like, are you trying to convey that you're upset still? Are you going through something that's making this more heightened? Like, again, there's so many ways for us to be asking ourselves good questions in the middle of conflict, but it does take lived experience sometimes if you don't get taught these things. So that's why I'm trying to help some folks because I know some of y'all probably already lived with some people and it didn't go well. And instead of saying that you just don't know how to live with people or you're not a good roommate or they're not a good roommate, maybe you just weren't compatible and your conflict styles were really at odds. And so again, the way that you fight, the way that you know how to feel strong in the middle of something going on that's making you feel a little bit off, you see how they play with me? That may actually make people feel really uncomfortable. And then the fight is no longer about the fight. Now it's about your response to the fight. And so now you got to change gears. And again, who can do that? In the middle of argument, you may be really just trying to tell somebody that their mom is ugly. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to tell you that. But in the middle of conflict, you might be like, well, I'm going to call everybody ugly and fat. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks. But sometimes in the fight, it just turns. And now we not even, what are we fighting about? What is the fight about? So just consider that you're not a bad person because, you called their mama a bitch and their mama dead. Like, that was fucked up to have said for sure. But, like, maybe next time, like, just consider, like, nobody mama's a bitch, That the bitch is the fact that we gotta pay rent and we got beef right now, taken away from our enjoying the housing that we both have together. Time. Like just consider it that way. Housing about to get real crazy, friends. So I expect to see more people living with people that they. But we gotta figure out how we fighting. How do we fight? Are they a breaker of things? Are things very valuable to you? Do you have a lot of stuff? That can't be someone we live with. Unfortunate. That person doesn't know how they fight. They can't tell you. You can't live with that person, right? We don't know how they're gonna fight. Well, you're supposed to wait till one day something go left? No. Don't do it. Don't do it. And if possible, try to go on some roommate dates before y'all live together. Try to figure out what their style is. Are they the type of person when they go out to eat, they're nice to people? Are they kind to strangers? Bitch, you gonna bring people to the house one day. They're going to be strangers to that person. How do you? Those are things that, again, if people don't really be talking about this, but it's so easy to get into a housing situation and now you're terrified. Nobody's mama's even in it. Especially the mama that's dead. An Aqua Venus man who's a Scorpio Mars. Ooh. I have a Scorpio Mars partner right now, and it's fun. They're very sensual. But I think I feel like I told y'all before, Scorpio is the death card. So consider those people are very guarded. They're very guarded. They're wary of endings because they know that they're necessary, and so the beginnings mean so much to them. You have to consider that. When people have the death card in their chart, Scorpio in their chart, they're very interested in life. They're very interested in living and birthing something. They're scared, very scared because again, they have a lot of death around them. A lot of endings have happened. They're so used to endings that birth, new awakenings, new paths. Oh, so exciting for them because again, they're so close to death. They're so close to the end. They're so close to that Scorpio energy, which again is very guarded. Yeah, see, what up, Scorpios? And so again, just case in point, I have a Capricorn stellium, meaning my chart has a devil card, hella big inside of it, meaning that I'm focused on religion. I want to know where the good things are. I'm focused on the joy. I'm focused on the transcendence. That means that we don't just all go to hell. You know what I mean? It's whatever card is in your chart, that's going to lead you to think very deeply about some things. And so I think a lot about addiction. I think a lot about devils, demons, being possessed, being taken, being able to take others, being able to use things to maybe manipulate people through music, through video, through all types of ways that people can be got, by these devils that are never named, they're always devil, just the ways that people can be somebody and the ways that we can be surrounded by complete strangers and how anxiety feeling that can be. Just the things in the world that people would rather not talk about. Very interesting to me. A capstone with an Aries Aquarius rising. Ooh, yeah, no, they're probably really chatty. Y'all probably enjoy each other because you get to ask good questions and they love that probably. We're gonna go through some things. I'm crying. You're not wrong. My situationship have six Scorpio placements. I'm crying. Yeah, no, my partner has 5 Scorpio placements, so I feel you. But we having fun. But no, they're definitely I think I think one thing I notice about the Scorpio people is they can be really terrified of something new being created. It can be very exciting, but also very scary. Because again, they're so good at endings. They're so good at tying things up in a knot and burning them, sending them off to sea. Again, the death card is endings, final chapters. They're really good at that. They're so good at shit not working out and them having to change a path. Starting that new path, absolutely fucking terrifying. What if it goes wrong? Who cares? That is terrifying to them. Whereas for me, as a devil card person, what's terrifying to me is that they're I feel like the scariest thing to me is that there is somebody watching all of us, and they're laughing. Like, that's, I think that's the scariest thing, is that there is some all-seeing thing that's like LMAO at how we're like interpreting all of this shit. Like, just some control group that has like lab coats on that are like, whoa, look at these Sims. Like, these roaches are going nuts today. Like, would that be wild if we're all actually in a giant lab and we've been told about the United States and we assume that we're really in a country, but we're really all just in like a giant like set, and like above us beyond the clouds, like even though you're perceiving you're in a plane, right? But like you don't ever really like you never perceive the plane that you're in. You're in it and you're looking out the window and you think you see the earth. You think that, I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna fucking stop. But I'm just saying though, like it's the way that like I'm high and just trying to be silly, bitch. Don't look too much into that one. I'm being jokey. I promise. I promise. But again, it's very, there's a lot of things to think. Okay, so Trilly, what's funny? I can't wait for you to open that package I sent you, because the card that I told you that let me know that that was your deck is your card, the Hierophant. Um, and that is a card of, like, first of all, Taurus's motto is I have, so lack, very terrifying. Not being abundant, very terrifying. Uh, like any kind of not enough, very not sexy, very not good. And again, having the Hierophant means that there's an attention to being warm somewhere, not just like warm in the sense of like there's a fireplace, but this is a home. And again, it's the ways that when we talked about the Discord and you were like, I want this to be like home. Oh, what up, Amanda? I hope you're doing well. And I'm just like, see, you're looking to build home wherever you can. That's what the Hierophant is. The Hierophant is someone that has a home. They're very comfortable. They have all their needs met. And Taurus is ruled by Venus, very much the physical expression. I think of the song by Bjork, Venus as a Boy, as like very much like how I see like Taurus energy. Like Taurus is the friend that is like, yeah, I had a rough day, so we're gonna go and like go to all my favorite restaurants and get like my favorite thing at each one, and then go have a feast, get high, do something like super pleasure centered, and then we're gonna do our own thing, because like, let's be real, bitch, like I have a life and you too. And so it's very much like, let's like have as much fun as possible, let's go somewhere that's comfortable, but also let's not be too attached, because bitch, who knows, I might need a nap. And so the Hierophant is very interested in cultivating safety wherever the fuck they may be. So wherever you are, it better be safe, because if it's not, you can't be there. Wherever you go, you better feel comfortable to put your hat down, because if not, something's wrong with this place. And again, it's the ways that like maybe in life you may have found that you wanted to make home in people. You might have found home in people and realize it was roaches in there. It's unfortunate. Like, you may feel like you may want to make a home with someone in your heart and it's a crack house. And it's unfortunate. You don't realize that. Ooh, Taurus Venus. Okay. Okay. Your future baby father, Aqua, you are the most interesting person in the chat. I just need you to know that. And I'm always excited for your tales. And I hope you tell me more about him, because I was worried about you taking my man. Now, I want to know more about your man. Let's focus on your man. Ooh, you said the planets moving. Yo, it's the way all the planets are fucking direct for like the next like week, but it's been for like the last 2 weeks. All the planets are direct, which it feels like it. It feels like there ain't no retrograde. Ain't no what is very clear. Feels very clear right now, and it's frustrating. But yeah, no, I want folks to consider like whatever planet keeps coming up, whatever sign keeps coming up in your chart, look into it, because you'll be surprised like what that card means for you. Like I said, I have a devil card in my chart, very big. which means that I love vice. I'm not afraid of the what ifs of certain behavior because I have made peace with the devil in that. And so that's why, like, I'm a harm reductionist. I feel like we're not going to all do the good thing, right? We're not going to all do the right thing. But what's kind of right? You know what I mean? What's kind of right? Everybody's not going to smoke weed. But if we find out that you're addicted to the dopamine of the tobacco and the blunt, we can maybe switch to mugwort, maybe Damiana. If we know that we're drinking a lot, then maybe we can try to steep some mushrooms that mimic drinking in your favorite tea, in your favorite drink that tastes almost like a cocktail. How do we find a way to get you drunk and not steal all your moisture and fuck up your kidney? How do we do that? Because again, it's the ways that we're not going to all be sober. We're not. Surprise. But how do we do it in a way that's reducing the harm? Because again, I think about how, like, people are going to do heroin. So there are companies that give out clean needles and test kits. They know people aren't going to stop doing heroin. How do we help? So that's my thought process. Like, as a devil card, as a person that knows they can be a user, how do I give back? Because the motto for Capricorn is I use, meaning like I know how to find the utility in something. So let's say that, let's say it's a rainy day. Bitch, I'm not putting on no good wig. Bitch, I'm putting on a dusty wig because the water gonna fucking bring it back to life. Again, some people might think it's crazy to wear a dusty wig on a date, but bitch, it's gonna give a wet look now. Figured it out. Again, it's the ways that, like, I know that, like, if you buy this from me at this rate, I know I'm going to get this at this rate, and I'm be able to do this, and this. It's the way that I know if this happens, I can do this. It's a thought process kind of thing, I personally feel, as a Capricorn stellium person. I'm just always considering the other possibilities, and some people don't like that shit. And it's unfortunate. Like, there's definitely times where I'll bring up, why something don't make sense. Or I'll bring up how, like, something may actually cause more harm. And people be upset about that because unfortunately people will rather the devil stay quiet. They'll rather the details be quiet. When they say devil in the details, they'd rather the bad news not reach their ears. And so there's times where I have to hold that, like, just by talking about something, I've already said too much. And so again, it's the ways that, like, I like to push it out there because it's the way that the devil loves the dark, or rather the devil loves to be behind in the shadows and doesn't like to be seen. I prefer to talk about the devil openly. I prefer to talk about the things that we think are demonic openly because maybe we'll realize that, Hester Prynne or that Goody Sarah didn't really get a prick, that she was lying. You know what I mean? Or that maybe she has an overactive imagination and she was stimming. Maybe she felt a tingle in her hand. Who knows? But again, it's the ways I'd rather talk about the things that we're afraid of than operate like we should just stay afraid. That's why, as a child, Christianity didn't agree with me because I just kept looking up in the sky like, I know you've seen these people be abusive towards me. Like, it's the way that I couldn't reconcile with God because I'm like, how am I in such an abusive situation but you're supposed to love me, bitch? Like, it just didn't add up. And I know some people may not appreciate that, me calling God bitch. But I'm just saying, it's the way that, like, when you're in an abusive relationship or you're in an abusive childhood, people will really try to tell you to pray about it. And it's like, girl, like, I can only pray for God to kill someone so many times before I poison them with Windex. You feel me? Like, again, it's the ways that, like, as a child, I was trying to figure out, like, what I could do to get my lick back after being abused. And it's the way that I kept being like, for real? Like, thou shalt not kill everybody. Like, I can understand everybody, but some people though, right? It's the way that I was trying to, like, make it make sense. And it's the way that, like, as a kid, let you tell a therapist you're talking to God. Like, I just feel like, again, it's the ways that, like, mental health, mental illness, like, sweetie, it's a slippery fucking slope. But if you tell me somebody up there watching this shit, I'm like, rewind it. Did you miss it? Like, I'm just like, bruh. Like, now that I went to church this weekend, I put extra money. I put my candy money in the dish. You're not taking my candy money and not getting it. It's not possible. Yes, peppermint tea. Aqua, I'm just playing with you. Ooh, mugwort. Dandelion tea. Limes means a bad bitch. Oh, January 12th cap. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here, Amanda. You feel far too chaotic for as balanced as the charts I have. Pretty even on water, fire, earth, air signs, feminine, masculine, fixed, mutable. Heard you. I mean, Nima, you do always come across very measured. So, his story checks out. Like, you never seem like I just feel like you just always seem like you here, you present. So, I feel like it's working. Shout out to having a balanced chart. I definitely don't have it. I have way too much earth, bitch. Whew, I be realizing shit's not gonna work out so quickly. I be just too and again, it's the way that like I have to push myself to remember magic is real. We might have did the numbers, but that don't mean that we got all the variables together. So it's the way that like being a Capricorn is hard because there's just moments where I know some shit is fucking full of shit. There's moments where I get tricked up. I'm grateful for that. I'm so grateful for moments where I don't understand what's happening. Because there's just so many patterns that be repeating that I'm just like, sweetie, can something new happen? I'm so tired of the same pattern. Hey, Sierra, I will send you so many links, but I feel like one of the free apps, but they also have a free trial that I do think is worth it. CHANI, it's the Shani app. I'm gonna be real with you. Shani annoyed me the other day. I'm not gonna go too deep into it because I feel like people be annoyed by Shani for all types of reasons. So I'm gonna just hold space for it. But I think that what I like about her app the most is it shows you your full birth chart and it gives a little bit of in-depth information. And it also has like guided meditations. Like the app is cute. If you have it in the budget to pay for it, have fun. But me personally, I don't pay for it and I feel like that's just fine. I feel like the app works just fine without paying for it. But when I did pay for it, I did listen to some of the guided meditations. They were nice. Shani has a very soothing voice and I really don't hate upon her. But I do think that, like, unfortunately, she is a white person who has like some cultural connection that's not white, but for the most part, she's extremely white. Um, Again, has some ethnic ancestor something, but if you're not interested, there is a black woman that I do fuck with on here, and I feel like once you get your info from the app, go to Queen Amun Ra because she does like daily tarot pulls and she pulls them per sign. And so if you find out that you're very Libra heavy, you're gonna want to look at like Libra readings. But also if you're like focused on your love life, you're gonna look at like let's say you're an Aries Venus, you're gonna look at the Aries love reading or the Aries reading in general, but apply it to your love life. And so just keep that in mind. But Queen Amun Ra, AMUN space RA, amazing. I love her content. She gives so much. And I just like how she explains the cards to people. Um, I think also this is a resource that I use early on. I don't use her as much, but I just like how she talks about the cards. I think some people like it's not about let me not do that because I feel like she does add like I feel like I like her because she adds like little tidbits on the cards that you would not just get. It's just interesting. But if you type in Howcast, HOWCAST, and then type in like the number of the card. So let's say you pull a 9 of Wands, you're gonna type in Howcast the nines, and a whole video about all the nines are gonna come up. And so that's how she does it. She groups them by nines or by the queens, the kings. Like she groups them like that, so there's not like 1,000 videos. And I do think like depending on what cards you're looking for information on, she can be a little bit longer or shorter. She's also an Aries, so I feel like she gives a lot of love to the fire girls. More, no shade, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Like I feel like you know more about your sign. You know what? I've been getting into numerology for a while, but I feel like for me, what I notice is like just the way the numbers operate and like what they resemble. Like case in point, like sometimes I'll notice that like all the numbers in the time equal 10. And so that to me is a portal. It's a person standing before a portal. And so there's times where like if things equal 10, I'll kind of like get more information seemingly from that. Or like if things equal 8, 8 is mental, brain, deep thoughts, curiosity. 7 is being alone, being being strong as fuck, but like having to do things alone. Um, 9 is endings. It's the before you go through the portal of the 10. The 9 is the curved spine and the heavy head full of knowledge. The 6 is curved with a belly. 6 is pregnant. 6 is abundant. 6 is childish. Sixes are very much connected to childhood. Fives, another like odd number that's shaped kind of like a person kind of hunched over a bit, or maybe just a person kind of like maybe reeling back a bit. But fives, just like sevens, are very much being alone and trying to find your power. But also, fives are very sad, usually very traumatic, very painful. Fours are a table. If you think about like one, two, three, four, like being able to create a pillar, being able to create a solid form. Fours are home, hope, mercy. Threes, usually not the best, but they are the first shape. They're the first time that we have 3 points that create something. And so it's connected to the fours in that, like, it signifies like the creation of something, but because it's odd, it can sometimes be the creation of something quite awful. Twos, balance, infinity, forever, one on one. And then one is very much the seed, the person, the singular, the alone, or the fool. Leo Sun, Virgo Moon, heard you. Well, first of all, Leo Sun, I feel like I'd be dragging Leos all the time, but this is my time. This is my real friend. So this is my challenge to say something nice. I feel like one thing I really admire about Leos is y'all are such self-starters. Y'all really have no problem like just starting something and deciding that this is your thing and you're not going to turn back. I feel like the line is very fitting because there's such a ferocity to your desire to move forward. And also, like, the sun is literally what's keeping us all alive. And so there is an importance that y'all naturally carry. Like, it's very rare Leos put themselves in a place to be like a side character or an assistant. Like, they're usually the boss or the person that is in charge of a department or in charge of other people. Like, y'all just have a way of kind of being a mentor and being, in ways, kind of like a beacon to other people to maybe aspire to or maybe to emulate in some ways. I just find that Leo people find a way of showing their best side as much as possible. And I think some people can be sick of that. I think that's one thing about Leo is that, like, y'all, I don't want to say you seem calculated, but I know you are, because to be on that much as a Capricorn, we've done the math. You're definitely rehearsing in front of the mirror. You're definitely doing PowerPoints in front of your family. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, like, it's the way that y'all really, like, don't, like, it's the way that, like, if people aren't thinking very deeply, they won't see all the work that you put in. Like, you make the work look very effortless, and that can be annoying to some people because some of us are putting in a lot of work, and we kind of want you to know that. And Leo just has such a charisma that it's kind of like, damn, and you're not complaining. And you said, give me more work, boss. Like, Leo, the type to be like, I finished my project. I'm actually working on something independently. And so, again, it's the way that that energy can really irk some people because some of us are really trying to take the low road. Some of us are trying to take the rest road, the break road. And so, as a Capricorn, I feel like I wake up and Leo's already been awake. Leo's been awake for so long that they've already ordered everybody their favorite breakfast and they're doing it with a smile. They're actually really happy to be awake because they actually stayed awake till 3 a.m. in the morning and then they took a power sleep and now they're up again, but they'll be back down for their beauty rest. But once they wake up from the beauty rest, it's back to power time. And again, it's the ways that they've already gone for a run. It's the way they've already fed the dog. It's the way that they're in the middle of 13 tasks, but somehow they're telling you some gossip that you're again engaged in and you're like, how the fuck is this happening? And again, it's the ways that as a Capricorn I'm in awe, but depending on the relationship I'm also like, what drugs are you on, sis? Help me, help. Listen, I've been around enough Leos to know, like, y'all really like when, like, I feel like I've had a true Leo friend where, like, I didn't just see her as like the Leo behavior I don't appreciate. I saw her fully, and I'm just like, damn, girl, like that firepower is serious. Like, woo. And I'm grateful that I have the Sag power because I feel like Sag is fiery in a way that's like, this book is really interesting. Let me find every book associated with this book. Like, I feel like that's what I love about Sag energy. They're just like, girl, there's more here. Let's go. Right? No, I feel like I never say anything kind about Leos. Like, it's so shady. Like, I feel like I really just, but it's, it's me. It's just me acting a fool. I promise you. I'm so glad. I'm glad. But yeah, no, yeah, and I have more gushers. I did. I did. I love to hear that. It should. Again, I say a lot of silly things about Leos, but I don't mean it to be like shady. I just feel like, again, I feel like I've seen Leo. Like, I feel like I described to you like the upper polarity of Leo. But if Leo should have a problem with you, I'll say this. If you're really close to the Leo, you're going to get burned. But if you're not close to the Leo and you think you are, oh, you're going to find out how unclose you are because I truly feel like the first time and last time I ever truly criticized my Leo homie, I was exiled from the kingdom. It was very much like, oh, you're taking sides. And it wasn't that I was taking sides. It was more that you ever have your homie call you in the middle of like them doing something questionable and you gotta be honest and be like, yeah, you shouldn't have did that because that's domestic violence. You know what I mean? Like you ever just have your friend tell you some shit in the middle of them doing it and you're like, stop, don't do this. And now you're a bitch and a hoe. I feel like that's how it ended. So that's why I always be talking shit about Leo a little bit. Cause I feel like we were cool. But once I told them that they did something wrong, it was like, nah, we can't be friends. And I was like, damn. And I have been trying for a while to tell them because it wasn't just that last moment. There were a couple moments where they were behaving pretty cruel, very cruel. But it was a moment where I'm not trying to do too much, but I'll just say this. The person I was close to, their partner started making friends. And they had gone through a lot together. A lot of stuff. Nothing like too personal, but like they gone through a lot of stuff. And so the partner just wanted to like go hang out with some new people. It really felt like the partner just wanted to like, like, and they were both around my age, and this was in my early 20s. And so it really just felt like the person was like I hate to say this because like 20s is not old, but I feel like sometimes you could get involved in a relationship and it just feels like you're in your 50s or 40s or some shit. And you feel like, and this is not to shade on anybody, I'm 35. We're not talking about people, we're not shaming ages. It's just more like you can start to feel like this is your career path, this is your life, and you're in your early 20s and you don't know what all you want. Like, yeah, you love this person, but this isn't all that you want. And so again, it's the ways that it kind of felt like my friend's partner was just realizing like all I do is work and come home. All I do is like everything I'm supposed to do. But I definitely don't have no friends. And once they started hanging out with people outside the house, and their partner was a Capricorn. And so I feel like I had a little bit more empathy for them than their own partner did because it's like, I just saw them, I saw myself, and I just saw like the ways that, yeah, sometimes I might not have a lot. But bitch, if I see somebody on the side of the street asking for something and I got some food in the car, I'm gonna throw it out there. If I got an extra cigarette or I rolled up some weed and like somebody looking at me like I could smoke, And like, don't get me wrong, like I feel like there have definitely been moments where I'm sure I've done something like that, and Dane was like, "Bitch," like I gave this man like three pre rolls, and the man was like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Bitch, you're standing outside in the fucking rain. What a fucking sign!" Like I just remember being outside trying to get money, and people came up to me to tell me, "You look too clean." Do you know how insane that is to think like I gotta go outside with a sign and be like, down on my luck, like spare some change, and people are like, girl, you look like you've been eating, you look great. And I'm just like, don't tell me I'm too beautiful to be poor as fuck. Like that sucks. Like, and it's the way that nobody would come with me. Everybody was like, nah. They're like, I can't go outside and be looking poor. And I'm just like, well, bitch, like, and keep in mind, we're all about to get evicted. Nobody has money for rent. I'm the only person trying to do so. Well, I don't want to do that. Everybody was trying to get money in their own way. But I was like, this is a way. And everyone's like, no, it's not. But again, getting back to my story, the partner had given away some food. And like the partner was working, but my friend was like online working. And like they didn't have a lot of money. But like the partner gave away some food to a black queer person. And like my friend was mixed, their partner was mixed, and in retrospect, I see it way more fucking crazy now. But basically, it was two mixed people in a relationship, and the Capricorn partner had given some food to somebody that did not like my friend, and my friend was mad as fuck and was like, "You gave food to that bitch," and blah blah. And it was crazy because I just remember being on the phone realizing I don't like this girl no more. And it was awkward because I felt like I understand that like you didn't want your food to be given to somebody that you don't like, but it just felt like if someone's giving someone food, like they're hungry, like they needed it. Like what the fuck? Like it felt like in that moment, like I get if some people are like, wait, the partner gave food to a bitch that don't like the partner. Yes. But it was a situation where like I don't want to do too much, but I'll just say this. The person was like internet famous. So like the person like them not being liked by this person that didn't know them very well, it was very much like they didn't like that a light skinned person was like doing all of this stuff, being as visible as they were, being extremely outspoken about being black. And again, in retrospect, I was right there with them, thinking we were two black people. So I'm holding space for the fact that some people don't like me either. At the time, though, it just felt like that's the more important thing. And keep in mind, the partner was hanging out with people that didn't like the partner. And I'm not gonna say that that's right. I feel like I would feel crazy as fuck too, but it just felt like, bro, like it's not like they were giving them like money. Like they gave them food because they're hungry. And I just feel like in that moment, I'm like, okay, so your partner is gonna talk to their friends about how you're mad at them for giving away food. Like it just kind of had me sitting with like, y'all have to break up because there's no way like y'all can keep going on. And again, I just feel like that conversation ended with them like hanging up on me because I was just like I was listening. I didn't make any remarks at the time, but like while they were like cussing their partner out, they were breaking stuff in the apartment, like they were literally kind of like melting down. And I'm over here a witness for no reason. They did not ask me like, do you want to be a part of this? They just like called me in the middle of them being like, oh, like they gave my food away. And like at first I'm just like, whoa, like why are they giving away your food? Like that's crazy as fuck. Cause I know my friend's poor. But at some point they were like, oh, like we both went shopping, we both bought food. And it was just kind of like, wait, so like they gave away food that they bought? Like again, it just started to seem like you're mad, valid, but you're like attacking people. Like you're like you're going fit like you're physically in a rage because somebody gave some food away and you know who got it and you're mad. And it's like that's all valid, but like you cannot be like aggressing people about this. Like please reconsider. I tried to tell them, I was like, I was like, I understand you don't like that person, but I was like, it was food. I was like, people got to eat. And like, they just felt like I wasn't taking it seriously. And I was just like, okay, like, I don't know. My thought process is like, what's going to do? Punch the food out their belly? Like, I'm just like, girl, like, again, I'm not trying to put all Leos on this, but I feel like they're definitely the Leo that comes to mind when I think like things about Leos that are like wild. Cause like again, it's the way that like I don't live near you, your partner and me are not friends. Like you like maybe call me after y'all you cuss them out, because at that point it was feeling weird because it's like I'm watching this person get verbally assaulted and I'm trying to tell them after the fact like that was really fucked up, and they're just like shut up and I'm just like no, like I'm just gonna not be your friend anymore. And it's awkward because I feel like they stopped being my friend but I also stopped being their friend. I feel like we stopped being friends together. I feel like we both, I don't know. I feel like they were mad and they hung up, but I was just like, I'm not calling you back, like ever. And they never called me back. And we haven't spoken since. Right. And like here's the thing though, like it was like their partner was like they're both mixed, but their partner was like I think more like me and realizing like, and like they're in like a place in the South that's like very much like disenfranchised folk. And so it just felt like they were like they were trying to be mindful that like they had it and they wanted to share it. And again, it wasn't like they took like money from my friend. They went shopping as a couple and then they were mad that some of the food went towards these queer black folk. And it was just kind of like, sweetie, like I just feel like there's other shit to worry about right now. Like it just felt kind of, and again, maybe I was very unhelpful, but it just really like when I got all the facts, I was just kind of like, girl, thank God somebody got some food. Like that's all I could say. Because it's like, damn, like, and then on top of it, it's like if they don't like you and they're accepting food from your house, that's a whole nother thing. Because if I don't like somebody, why would I take their food? Like, I just feel like the person got to be down bad. Like, gotta be. I mean, I feel like as a Scorpio person, I'm sure y'all like feel the vibes more because again, like you have the death card in your chart. Like that means that death is your friend. Like the end is your friend. And so I think that that's another part of like the Scorpio energy. I also feel like I read once that Scorpio has like seven animals connected to it. I want to say like the first one is the snake. No, it goes, I want to say it's spider, scorpion, snake, wolf, eagle, phoenix. I think there's one more that I'm fucking up. I think there's one more. But look into it, Scorpio people, because y'all got some animals that apparently like dictate like the levels of Scorpio. Like apparently, depending on where you're at in life, you'll be like in your eagle period or in your wolf period. Right. I just feel like, and I also feel like the way that she was tweaking out really scared me because, like, again, I've heard her be mad. The way she was when she was yelling at her partner was like deep, like bitch. The whole screen was vibrating, like her whole body, like it was just like very much like, yo, like, are you good? And like she couldn't speak directly to me. She was just screaming, "This motherfucker gave my food away." She like they gave my food away. Like she just like screaming about about this food. And then when she calms down to tell the whole story, I'm like, wait, so y'all were shopping together and they gifted some food to some people that don't like you? And it's awkward because they only know that they don't like them because I want to say like their partner went to go kick it with them and they said like they want to come and their partner was like, not everyone's a big fan of you. And I think like that really made her sick. But again, it's the ways that as like a lighter skinned person who has to hold, like there's gonna be times where black folk don't want to be around us, but she was not there. And she has like a mixed like Mexican father who's like white passing. And so I think that unfortunately for her, I think that like she started to get really invested in black politico. And then like when she was actually around black people was being weird. And so my energy was just like, you know what? If I'm not worth listening to, if like she's not trying to hear me out, like that's fine. But I'm not about to hang out with her anymore. And again, it's the ways that like I know she still has like a big internet following. Like people have asked me about her before, and it sucks because it's like I don't hate the girl. I just feel like when we became friends online, it was as like two fat light skinned people talking about blackness. At this point, I see her as like, a mixed person that is benefiting from taking on blackness. And it's awkward because, again, at some point, she's gonna have to be real with herself. Like, no one can do that work for you. Like, people can try to decenter you in black spaces all day, but you actually have to do that labor to remove yourself. And like, I'm not trying to like cause her any grief. Like, I'm not trying to, but it's the way that like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. And I feel like, again, it's hard to like make friends like who also create content because like, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of things can happen. Like, I had somebody ask me to like collab on something and then ghost the fuck out of me. And it was awkward because it was like, damn, it really made me wonder like what happened. But if I'm being candid, I kind of knew like we were not going to be collaborators, like for real, because like I feel like a lot of their content is very much based on like saying the opposite thing that everyone else is thinking. And like I feel like that can be fun content sometimes, but there's definitely moments where she says things that have me just like, girl, why? Like I don't know. Like again, this may be like out of pocket, but I'm very sensitive to content where black women are calling black women out. Like I feel like there's moments where I've seen black women say things to black women that is so fucking out of pocket. And there are times where like I've seen black women use mixed people to try to harm black women. Case in point, there's this black woman trying to tell other black women, that they were insecure and that's why that they're mad about light skinned people. And I'm just like, that is such dangerous content for a black woman to be trying to reduce colorism to like people being insecure. And like there are moments where I want to say something and like I do and I try to say it gently because like I'm never trying to be like embarrassing someone further than what's already fucking going on. But there's definitely moments where I see like some black women taking this moment right now to say something about black women and be kind of, baby, listen, you wanna age me. I hope you have a good day, honestly. But like I was saying though, like I'm trying to figure out like what it looks like, you know what I mean? To really be engaging in good faith because there are definitely a lot of times where like I really don't want to bother black women, but there are times where I see black women bothering other black women or just like creating content that's very much like anti-black woman. And I'm like, that's scary as fuck. I'm crying. Like this person is so cute. Thank you so much for reminding me of the line from Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. I appreciate you. Listen, Trilly, they're trying to have a good time. They're trying to have a good time out here. What up, Johnny? I literally like some people try to be making fun of me, and I'm like, this is adorable. Honestly, when they wrote put them up, I was just like, bitch, like, are you trying to make me laugh? I swear, the old bullies are dead, and I'm grateful as fuck. I'm telling you, the old bullies they had some very terrible jokes, very evil, mean spirited jokes. The bullies of today, oof. Mm-mm. Anyways, I appreciate y'all for sharing in community with me and letting me eat like everything here, especially all the damn gushers, bitch. I feel amazing. But yeah, I need to go and like take care of my business, take care of my life. But with that being said, if folks are interested, I would really appreciate shares on my menu on Twitter. If you're still on Twitter, if you're not, obviously delete. But I did post on Threads. I feel like Threads is kind of awkward. I actually fucking hate Threads low key. Like I like it in that like it's cool to see people's thoughts, but there's definitely a lot of moments where I'm like, are you like you can just block me, right? You don't have to engage. Like it's just getting so bizarre. Like some of these conversations on Threads are so terrifying. And again, it's the ways that like people can choose if people can reply to their message or their post and they're not, which means that you're open to people commenting. Like it's so easy to write, like don't write anything. But if they did that, then like they wouldn't get their clout, right? They wouldn't get the people caring about their content. But there's just moments where people say things and I'm just like, I'm glad you're letting your followers know how you are, bitch. Cause I remember this one person who got mad as fuck because all I said was that like there are terpenes in other plants and like you don't have to smoke weed to get high. You can get high off other stuff. And the bitch got so fucking mad that she fucking got my account deleted. And it's like, why are you that mad? Like, are you okay? Like, clearly not. But I feel like that's the other thing, though. Is like, you could be online minding your fucking business, and here comes somebody, like, just. And again, I'm not gonna act like I wasn't annoyed at times. People popping up on my posts. I'm not even gonna play. Like, I feel like there's moments where I definitely have empathy for people who are like, clearly they're annoyed, and it just has me crying how like you could get into a back and forth with someone and they know they look crazy and then they end up blocking. That should be having me dead. I'm like, girl, not you deleted the whole thread now. Like you could have just responded to me like a person. Like again, it's the way of me having me dead because it's like I know some of y'all be looking back at y'all responses to me knowing good and goddamn well this was not necessary. But anyways, I'm gonna go. But like I said, I feel like a share of my menu and my mutual aid flyer would be dope. I feel like there's a content creator named Flossie Noor who's also crowdfunding right now. And I'm hoping that we can also help them not have to worry about their rent and things of that nature. If you do have a mutual aid flyer and you're like, bitch, I need help immediately, on my menu, there's a space to post mutual aid flyers. Please post it. I will be uploading them in my story later on this evening. And the next shipment is on tomorrow, which is exciting. And then the 10th and then the 15th. And so basically the menu is supposed to last for like 2 weeks because, bitch, honestly, I'm tired. But also, I'm hoping that like I only have to refresh it one time in the middle of like the next 10 days. But who knows? Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate y'all, and it's been a cute time. And I feel like I got a lot of shit off my chest, and I also feel like we talked about a lot of different things. But yeah, anyways, love you.